Yo, what up? So hot here? Yeah, I can tell that again. It's almost impossible to be productive, dude. So bad. It's so rough, man. So rough. Gaming PC is nice and winter toward summer. Yeah, you can fucking say that again. Like my office could be used to torture someone. Genuinely. I could probably like just crack an egg in the middle of the room and it would like cook within 5 minutes. Be suitable for consumption. Hey, Raiden. Alright, don't have any specific plans for today because I'm essentially done with dungeons on my main. I do have to farm in the abyss as usual, just, you know, keep the potential stone situation going, and I have some old dungeons I can run, although I don't have too many because I'm kind of running out of energy. And I've already run a bunch, like... Yeah, I've run 33, like it's already, and that's only with ults, right? But yeah. We did get a couple of news from the Taiwan gathering thing. Probably gonna talk about that a little bit, and yeah. Go through the motions today. I do wish I had some PvP to grind, but you know. You know how it'd be. Potential dub. 5 temple rings, that's crazy. But yeah. It sell a couple of pairs of wings with the Odil that I had. Run some old dungeons, sold some Bailic mats. I am doing okay on Kina, so I should be ready for whatever next week throws at me. And if there's nothing special, then I'll just upgrade my Ludo bracelet, I guess. I guess that is the plan right now. Hopefully the new sanctuary is not disappointing. And hopefully they do something about the entry system, that'd be nice. Although based on the stuff they said on the Taiwan meetup, it doesn't seem like anything's gonna be changing with the entry system anytime soon, so yeah. Adamanti. How's Aion 2 compared to Aion 1? Is it better or worse? What are the advantages and disadvantages? Well, that's a loaded question, isn't it? I mean, I'll just give you the short answer. Both do different things, honestly. PvE in Aion 2 is significantly better. It's not even really measurable, right? And but the PvP is significantly worse. At least right now. I will say that Aion 2 is a lot less... I mean, Aion 2 doesn't really focus on daily chores, right? It's more so weekly based, so you can kind of organize your week as you will. Whereas Aion 1 was a lot more daily based, right? Like Aion 1 you had to log in every day, Aion 2 not so much. Doesn't sound good. Aion was always a PvP game for me. Why is the PvP worse? The PvP is currently worse because there's a lot of balance problems. And it's not really the fun kind of balance problems. Also, the way the PvP content in itself is organized is very shallow, right? It's like, in a vacuum, if you just look at what content exists and doesn't exist compared to Aion 1, like, most of the stuff is there, but the way it's integrated into your day-to-day activities is very weak. Like, arenas are functionally useless. Battlegrounds, which kind of act as your dredgens in this game, you only have to do them 3 times a week, and they take like 5 minutes. So you're essentially, within 20 minutes of the reset, you're essentially done with the dredgen equivalent for the rest of the week. And it doesn't even let you queue again once you have won 3 times. And the open world PvP, the Abyss is very cramped, very small. Like this is the main Abyss area. So it really favors like zerging. Imagine if the only PvP area in the game that you had was the Eye of Tamaranta, and like that was it. That's where all of the PvP happened. That's basically what it is, right? And what else is there content-wise in terms of PvP? Like that's about it, really. Yeah. Now, all of that is one thing, but yeah, the others, obviously, as I said, honestly, the main one is how bad the balancing is. Because like the thing with Aion 1 is because of the way the game was balanced and the way the game worked, like you could realistically just stick a bunch of players in a tiny room together and they would probably be able to have fun just dueling each other for like hours on end. Aion 2's PvP is very incompetent right now. Like it has a lot of really rough baseline problems with like it has a lot of the same ideas as Aion 1 in that it has covering, it has remove shock baiting and so on and so forth. But some game mechanics, like the fact that skills have very little cooldowns and like all of the DPS classes having extremely potent life leeching on like all of their main skills, basically makes PvP very, very boring. Also, the combat system in this game to begin with is not very deep because of the way it's organized. Like, it's a game with short cooldowns, basically like no animation locks, and with the bulk of the DPS that you do coming from like spam windows. And this game has the feature from Aion 1 5.1, which is that you can stack skills on top of each other, like organize skill combos as you want, right? So the way people end up playing the game in 99% of cases is they just stack all of the important skills on the same button. They set up a turbo key on like Synapse, IQ, or anything else, right? And they just hold down the button, and that's like 95% of your gameplay in Aion 2 is just holding down the button, right? So that kind of boils down to then PvP being holding down the button and infinitely life leeching to never die unless you get stun locked to death. And that's the PvP right now. Also, block and evasion kind of work kind of the same in that they completely negate damage, making them the main layer of defense, which means that if you're fighting someone that has block or evasion and you don't have the accuracy, you won't be able to hit them, which is also bad design, right? You know, it's just like a ton of like small problems like this piled on top of each other that genuinely makes this game's PvP just not worth your time. I was in astonishment when I found out I couldn't do battlegrounds with you after 3 rounds. That is some shit indeed, yeah. And yeah, there's also other stuff, right? Like PvPing in general is it's limited in like what you gain from it, in the sense that the amount of AP you can earn per week is limited. And the rankings are based off of ranking points, which are not limited, but the rankings kind of don't really give you anything outside of X forms. So yeah, not much of a reason to just keep PvPing either. Maybe people talking badly about Aion 2, but they still keep playing games like Gladiator because they think the potential is to become better to fit patches. Yeah, it's a bit of like, it's a bit of both. Like, I do genuinely think that this game is one good patch away from being really, really good. But the game is, like, the developers are very stubborn in sticking with, like, very dated views. So, you know, right now, it's just a waiting room, right? Now, in my case specifically, the reason why I'm still playing it is because I think the game generally has potential, and I want to cover it, right? And I'm making content on it, right? But the truth of the matter is, when it comes to the MMO space, is that the MMO space is very, very sparse, right? So even if you're not quite happy with the game you're currently playing, just the promise of a patch making the game better is enough to hold you in, because there's just not much to play. Why did you quit Aion Classic? Well, there's multiple reasons. Number one, Gameforge management is fucking dog shit. Like, it's genuinely the worst company of all time, and I kind of got tired of it. And number two, the community, like the community that was left on EU Classic at the time where I left was number one, very small, and number two, it was mostly full of mentally deranged people. And I kind of got to a point where I was like, yeah, I kind of don't really feel like playing around these people anymore. So yeah. It's a mix of those two, basically, like the shit Gameforge management and players' behavior that kind of made me go, okay, well, that's enough for now. Whenever we see Gameforge just dodge it, yeah, pretty much. They have no fucking idea what they're doing. I mean, you could argue that NCSoft also kind of doesn't, but, you know, at least they try, I guess. Gameforge is just a bunch of condescending morons, really, that don't know any better. But yeah, also I wasn't a big fan of like some of the preview of the future patches that we saw in Korea, like at the time. Like 3.x was fresh in Korea. I saw what 3.x had to offer and I was like, you know, maybe not, that's not quite what I'm interested in doing in the game. What do you mean with bad behavior? I mean, you know, like if you've played, like if you stuck with the Aion community for long enough, you know exactly what I mean. There's just bad actors in that community is all. Let's put it this way. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just had my fill, so I just moved on to something else. But the thing with Aion 2 is that it shows a lot of competence in many aspects, right? Like the game does have a lot of potential, genuinely. And they have shown that the game has a lot of potential. It's just that, I don't know, like there's a few parties within NCSoft that are genuinely fucking incompetent and are dragging the game backwards, right? Which kind of sucks. If you show some PvP, I would love to see how it works. I mean, it's pretty late for Taiwan right now. It's almost 3 AM, so I'm pretty unlikely to meet people. But I mean, I can roam a bit, yeah. I'm in the Abyss right now, right? I'm just farming in the Abyss, so I could get attacked at any moment, but I guess I could. Like, I can tell you already what the problem is with my class specifically, so Cleric. It's that they designed Cleric to do no damage, right? And like basically Cleric's entire shtick is just to have like decent survivability. But it does no damage, so if you encounter someone with like remotely a little bit of gear, you will never be able to kill them. And the reason why you will never be able to kill them is, unlike Aion 1, where even though Cleric wasn't the best damage dealer, it was still able to, you know, win the battle of attrition with dots, with good magic boost switches, etc, over time, with energies, and so on and so forth. The problem is that they basically gave infinite life leeching on like basic skills to every DPS classes in the game. That is purely HP percentage based, right? So let's say you have a Templar attacking you, right? And that Templar literally hits you for like 50 damage because, you know, you're using a block set, you're very defensive, and you also only hit them for 50, right? The problem is that every time the Templar like uses left click plus judgment on you, they're gonna regen like 7,000 health in 1 second. Thing is, you can do the math where you hit the guy for 50 points of damage, they hit you twice and they regen for 7,000, and then you start to see the problem. And that is the problem with PvP right now. And the thing is, Cleric has no way to prevent people from hitting them, right? Like in Aion 1, Cleric had Root that was very reliable, right? And you know, you had Hallowed Strike to slow down the enemy's attacks, stuff like that, right? In this game, these tools exist, but they just never fucking land because of the way status effect chance and status effect resist works, right? So functionally, as a Cleric, if you're in a 1v1 scenario, you end up just like soaking hits, and because people are able to hit you, they can always infinitely heal themselves. And you also cannot kite, right? In this game, because when you attack in this game, your movement speed drops like drastically. Just pay some Russian to DS all attacks. Yeah, sure. But yeah, bottom line, that's kind of the problem with PvP. There's many other problems, like I said, like block and evasion, like the PvP content in itself that isn't the best, so on and so forth, right? But at the bottom line, at the absolute base, like PvP cannot work because of this, because life leeching is too powerful, and not every class has the ability to infinitely CC people, right? So basically right now, unless you play Gladiator, Assassin, and to some extent Ranger and SM, you might as well not do PvP. Now you might be saying, but you're killing people right now. Yeah, these people are PvE players. Half of them are bots. And like, this is what I meant by this is late for Taiwan, so I'm not really gonna be able to find people. Like, that's pretty much what's happening. Like, all of these people are just bots. Yeah, it's not really a good demonstration, I guess. I mean, I guess I could apply an arena, so you would be able to see for yourself. But yeah. Like basically the PvP, I guess the blanket statement is that PvP is very poorly thought out. Very poorly. Does Aion 2 have a bot problem like Aion 1? In Korea it doesn't. In Taiwan it absolutely does, yes. Okay, well, this guy's evasion, not worth. Like in Korea they are cracking down on bots like very heavily, so it's not really a problem. The Taiwanese servers have zero moderation, so there's bots absolutely fucking everywhere. The economy is fucked. RMT is incredibly cheap, so everyone does it. Yeah. This guy here, is that an Asmo? Yeah, it's an Asmo. No. Probably a bot given the gear. And the reason why there's bots farming in the Abyss is that farming in the open world is limited, right? But farming in the Abyss is completely uncapped. So that's why bots come here. The game looks good graphics wise. Oh yeah, this is a really good looking game, right? And it's optimized okay for, like, considering this is an Unreal Engine 5 game. It has some problems, like the rendering distance of monsters and targeting distance is like absolute dog shit. But, you know, overall the game functions well, right? But right now the game's strongest suit is PvE. By far and large, right? Like, in the current state of things, I would say the game is not worth, like, I would say PvP is not worth doing. Now, again, like, things might change by the time the game comes out to global, right? But I spent 4 hours farming in Spadeville, coming to do that in 9-2. Holy moly, I just need this game. Yeah, well. I'll apply an arena so you can see what the problem is. I'm down to waste 10 minutes. Well, if it procs, that is. Arena. What if we do an arena stream? I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you want me to do an arena stream, you will have to pay unholy amounts. And thank you for the follow, Tej. Be asking every stream for the love of the game, right? I mean, hey, the day they fix PvP and the day they fix Cleric, I will be the first one to do it, right? Like, you know me, you've watched this stream for long enough. Like, for me to completely give up on PvP in this game, it has to be really bad. There's your cute for arena. Yeah, I just want to demonstrate my point to someone asking what's wrong with PvP. Now that said, I'm not quite sure it's gonna proc, but you know, we'll see. Why is my healing level 16? Oh, it's probably because of that, huh? Oh well. Yeah, I need to fix my PvP arcanas, man. But yeah, like, so problem with PvP is balance, as I said, with one of the main culprits being life leech. Now there's other problems, and then obviously the actual PvP content is not the best. I actually didn't talk about rifting. Oh, there we go. The problem with rifting is that PvP within rifts has a PvP flag, so people need to be flagged for PvP, and not many people flag for PvP, right? And while there's objectives within the rifts, it's all purely PvP quest, and there's no actual objectives on the maps, right? I got matched with a really low Edo assassin, so XD. So essentially rifting is completely fucking dead. Which class is the most fun to play? I would say that's a bit up for debate. Also, let me turn this on. I would say it's purely like a preference thing, right? Alright, what do we have? Third class. Okay, well, this guy is not gonna be the best example. This guy has no gear, right? Yeah, this guy is in full PvE gear. And this guy is fucking double faded bracelet. Insane. But yeah, I would say fun is relative, right? Like, as dog shit as Cleric is, I think Cleric is pretty fun to play, right? But it's just a matter of preference, really. Yeah, well, this guy is not gonna be the best of examples. I mean, considering this guy is full PvE, he's doing damage, you know? Take that. And again, assassin is doing assassin things, right? But like, as I said, one of the problems with playstyle in general is because you're able to make quote-unquote custom combos with all of your skills, so you're able to put them all on the same button. Like, the way people play 99% of classes is just by putting all of the important skills on the same button and then making a turbo key macro and just holding down the button and letting the game play itself. So, in that front, I guess most classes play about the same. Poor guy, well, it is what it is. The game matched me against him, so, but, I mean, the game is just matching me against low elo players because no one's queuing right now. Like, again, it's 3 AM in Taiwan, so, you know. But yeah, again, we did have a couple of news coming from the Taiwan meeting, which we'll be talking. Well, here's a Glad of the same, so I guess you're about to see the biggest problem with this game, assuming this guy, has at least a bit of PvP. Yeah. What skins and weapon do you have? Emperor Dragon. It's the unreleased one. Oh, he's staying in spawn. Yeah, 4.5k these guys, yeah. Oh, no accuracy. Alright, and welcome to the next 10 minutes of your life. I hope you didn't have anything important planned. So this is one of the overbearing classes, by the way. It's Gladiator. So the thing with Gladiator is that it's functionally able to keep you stun locked for 16 seconds, right? And it also has the ability to self-reset cooldowns, which means it just kind of can just like infinitely stun you. And Gladiator also has insane life leech on its most basic skills, right? Which means that it doesn't matter how much damage I do to him, his HP bar is always going to remain full. And then I'm gonna be spending like 80% of the time just stunned. And this right here is Aion 2's PvP right now. Now this guy's pretty weak, right, in comparison to most gladiators. The thing is, gladiators with proper gear and proper like setups and everything will be invincible and also will like kill you in a couple of hits, meaning that 1v1 encounters are essentially completely meaningless for any class that isn't, again, as I said, part of the big three, being Assassin, Gladiator, and Ranger. Because all of them essentially have, even though they play differently, they play under the same archetype with the same problems, which is prevent you from attacking one way or another, and infinitely life leech the amount of damage you do to them back. Not even putting scrolls, yeah, I mean, why should they? So basically neither of you can kill each other, yeah. Now, the thing is, he can kill me, right? He can, I cannot. I will never be able to kill him. And the only reason why he's not able to kill me right now is because, relatively speaking, this guy is not very good. He's set up poorly, right? This guy is like Dex block, which is dog shit for Gladiator. If this was an accuracy Gladiator with like at least a little bit of gear, like he would be able to roll over me and I would not be able to do a single point of damage to him. Essentially the amount of damage I would do would not change, but he will be able to kill me. And like, I don't even like, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just going to like put my back against the wall and essentially just spam healing light. And this is gonna be the next 7 minutes of this. Alright. And there we go. And this civil PvP is not worth doing right now. Block and evasion are too strong, life leech is fucking stupid. And CC is completely... There you go, he gave up. But yeah. Block and evasion are fucking stupid, life leeching is too strong, CC is too powerful. Like, the PvP balance is completely... makes it entirely not worth doing at all. Half of the classes can't even kill anyone. My class is one of them. Like, it doesn't matter, even if this guy went AFK, I would not be able to kill him. I have to play Aethertech in Unreal Gen 5. I don't know about this one, Chief. But yeah, I don't think that they're definitely not going to bring it back, since they've said, unless there is very heavy demand, they will not bring back the new classes from Aion 1. And I doubt there's going to be heavy demand for Aethertech. We're going to be honest. But yeah, I hope I hope that demonstrates what I was talking about, Teach. Can you show that skin weapon skin? Yeah, sure. No, it's not like I'm doing anything right now. It's this one. Carmine Dragonfire. Okay, yeah, as I said, it's the unreleased Bailey craft that actually is going to be released in 2 days? Yeah, 2 days. That's sick. I mean, it's decent. I'm not a fan of how stubby the mace looks, right? Like, the skin I'm really going for is the High Commander one. Is it possible to see others, how they look? Well, I'm inside of the arena right now, so I'm not able to go do a lot of the shops, and you can't preview weapons that you don't have. So, yeah. How Assassin one looks? Actually, wait. Might be able to see it on the auction house. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, the daggers are pretty fucking sick, actually. Yeah, that looks nice. Look at that. Yo, Sakura, you're fucking up. This is the daggers you should have gotten, dude. These look sick. Look at how glossy it is. Man, the mace looks like shit in comparison. I'm upset now. How does the SNS look? I mean, the shield is gonna look the same, right? Yeah, the shield looks the same, but the sword is sick. Holy. Look at that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. These are the new ones? Yeah, these are the ones that are gonna release in 2 days. Greatsword. I mean, the greatsword is probably just the sword, but bigger. The SNS looks good, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. How does the bow look, actually? Like, they haven't been hitting with the bows, in my opinion. Let's see how this one looks. It's alright. It's lacking in something special. Like that doesn't look very Bailic, you know what I mean? Like it's missing like spikes and shit. I don't know. Couldn't find anywhere it looks on Assassin. I was about to watch Gladiator's fight skin. Yeah. I mean, just ask. How does the staff look? They also tend to be missing with the staves. Let's see. It's probably just gonna look like the mace, which is stupid, right? Yeah, that looks fucking bad. Feels bad, man. Like they're just missing with the staves. Can we bought on market? No. This new one is supposed to be bound. Like this new one is based on what we know, right? We're gonna have more information on Tuesday. You're gonna need the base Horn Dragon weapon, right? So this one, you're gonna need this one, and then you're gonna upgrade it with materials that you drop from the new 8-mine raid, and you have to upgrade it yourself, as far as we know, right? Yeah, honestly, like how dogshit the staves look in this game is honestly one of the main reasons why I kind of don't really feel like playing Chanta. Yeah, the book kind of looks whatever too. Yeah, a bit lame. Yeah, honestly, the biggest winner is like Assassin and Templar. Anyways, back to the arena, guys. Did you forget? I'm doing an arena right now. Nice arena. Thanks. This guy's gear is like not stellar. Thanks for the answer. Yeah, no problem. Bro doesn't have potential on his greatsword. That's crazy. I mean, I respect the attempt in case I actually want AFK, but you know. Instant Gladiator is weak joke. Yeah, for real, for real. Are we in a pain already? Hey, someone asked me a question. Here's the thing, right? If someone pops into stream, I got 1 point, guys. Huge stonks. If someone pops into the stream and is like, what do you think about Aion 2's PvP? The best answer I can give is to queue an arena and show them. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. When I ask you a question, just flame me. I mean, you'd never ask a question, though. You kind of just state opinions. Did you say Taiwan meeting notes for season 2? Season 4? Yes, I did. I did. What is bro doing? I did. I mean, most of the stuff is stuff that we already kind of knew about. I guess the my main takeaway is the fact that apparently they mentioned that Morheim and Elfland would not have the PvE flag, which is interesting to me. I guess, I mean, at this point we just kind of have to wait until June 14th, right? You know for sure. Yeah, we won't know for sure until June, so. Supreme Commander, ah yes, good. Here's how I'm gonna win against this guy. I'm just gonna run circles like a moron and keep taking this fight. Gonna be great. Gonna be great. Until he gives up. I mean, hey, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? You play Assassin, right? You play Evasion Assassin. I'm just gonna keep doing this. This is the only thing my class can do. This is about as productive as trying to fight the guy, you know? Let's see how long it takes him to get bored of this. Well. Are you getting bored yet? I mean, he's tenacious. I'll give him that. And you circled the wrong way. See ya. Peak gaming. Yeah, that is some Cleric PvP gameplay right there. I just hide here because the render distance is dog shit and he's never gonna be able to see me. And there we go. He wants that AP. He wants the ranking points because it's a pilot. I stream recorded. I didn't get that red weapon skin crap. Yeah. The VOD is available both on Twitch and YouTube, so feel free to do it. Alright. Quick seed to check there's no one. There's no one. I'm gonna go back and farm monsters now. Surely no one's gonna attack me while I'm on PvE gear, right? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, as I said, I don't really have like any big plans for today because I am done with my dungeon runs for the week. So yeah, we're just gonna be farming some Abyss, just chat together. And that's gonna be good enough. How does Cleric feel in dungeons? Do you have to deal a lot of damage on to be able to deal? Alright, so I'm gonna give you two answers, which is what it's supposed to be, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is right now. Now, before I proceed, I don't want my answer to scare you, because at the end of the day, the way specific balance topics are right now might not be how they are when Global comes out, right? And hopefully, all of the problems will be addressed. With that said, so basically the way Cleric is you have a DPS rotation just like any other class. In fact, it's pretty close to, you know, how actual DPS classes function. And then you have dedicated healing buttons, right? And basically you spot heal, you alternate between spot healing and DPSing. And DPSing is a big part of your kit, right? You also have some supporting buffs to buff the group DPS, on and so forth, right? So Cleric's gameplay is pretty varied because of that. Now, in practice, the PvE in this game, the way the damage intake is one of two things happen, right? When you take damage in this game. Either, number one, you just fucking get one shot, in which case the only thing that can save you is mitigation, and, well. Well, got me my PvE set. But yeah. In which case, the only thing that can help you is going to be mitigation, which Cleric has mitigation tools, but you don't use them because they're not up all the time and not the most reliable. So mitigation mostly comes from Templar and Chanter. So that is one thing. Or people don't die, right? And then they're able to be healed. But the problem is, as I said earlier, when it comes to problems with PvP in this game, they gave every class in the game, including Glass Cannon DPS, extremely potent and powerful life leech on their basic attacks, right? Which means that in practice, in dungeons, and in raids and in everything, if someone takes damage but doesn't die, they don't need you to heal them, right? Because they're just able to hit the boss a couple of times and regen back to full. So as a Cleric, what you end up doing is you pretty much only socket DPS skills, and you prioritize socketing skills that buff the group's damage. And you're mostly DPSing most of the time, with the bulk of your healing being done with HOTS and Benevolence, right? Which is a skill that you activate every 2 minutes or something, right? Nice, another assassin, great. By the way, I have to farm in PvE set, otherwise I don't do damage to mobs, so get used to, you know, get used to this. So yeah, that's kind of the state of Cleric right now. And because Cleric is also like the class that does the least amount of damage in the game, with the main perk being that it's able to heal, but the heal being useless, Cleric is not the most desirable class right now, in general. Like you would much, if you have to pick between both, like you would much rather take a Chanter, because Chanter still has enough healing capabilities to keep the group alive, but does more damage than Cleric and buffs the group's damage more than Cleric as well. So yeah. I guess, am I really gonna have to farm in fucking PvP gear? This is gonna be so fucking trash, dude. I guess. Better Roscoe. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, even though it was a bit of a convoluted answer, but you know, there's no quick and easy, simple way to answer this. Alright. I'll roam a bit in PvP gear, fine. This guy already has enough of a problem. You do you, brother. You do you. I like being a support, but not Chanter. Just not sure if Cleric would be right for me. I mean, Cleric is fun, right? In practice, Cleric is pretty fun. It's just that the game's balance is fucked beyond belief when it comes to Cleric itself, so. But if they fix it, You know, Cleric is a solid class. It's pretty fun. Did something positive about Cleric? Yeah, I mean, playstyle wise, I think Cleric is a sound class. It's just that the game is currently designed like shit, which kinda invalidates Cleric's existence. Like, I don't have a problem with the class itself. Like, I've already said that many times. It's the game around the class that doesn't work. Like, if there's one thing that I would like for Cleric to have is do a little bit more baseline damage in PvP and for the root to be fucking useful. Right? These are realistically the only things I would change. But the problem is, even if you do that, the class is functionally going to be useless because of, you know, design flaws like Life Leech. Played a lot of Priest and Terra, and I thought Cleric would be similar to him, but apparently it isn't. I haven't played Terra, so I would not be able to tell you if that's the case or not. Temporarily forgot he failed the mace and crafted that way. Oh, trust me, I didn't forget. I didn't forget, but as I said, right, ultimately getting upset about it is not going to, it's not going to do anything. Like, most people in my position would have quit the game right then and there, right? I guess. Well, I mean, if you want to run away, that's fine. I'm not gonna complain about it. Oh, he's getting zerged. Look at that. And you look at his HP bar. This is an assassin, glass cannon class. And he healed his full HP bar by hitting the Cleric 3 times. Thank God he got paralyzed. Martial Gladiator. Block Glad. Alright. Alright. I'll just turn around and hit a mob once, back to full health. Alright. What are we doing here again? Yeah, I mean, if you want to run away, that's fine. It's not like anything good's gonna happen. Usually he checked his gear while fighting. Yeah? Because none of us is doing damage. You know... It's a lot easier to pull up information and check shit out when nothing's going on, right? And ultimately, that's always going to be the reason why block Gladiator is always going to be the inferior Gladiator. Because you don't need block to be invincible as a Glad. You just need to keep hitting the target. But if you run block as a Glad, the moment you run into someone that has evasion or block, you're not going to be able to kill them either. Whereas if you run accuracy on Glad, you're basically just as tanky because you infinitely heal yourself, but also you're completely unstoppable. So... yeah. And I would argue, by the way, that any class that has Life Leech, with the exception of Ranger and Assassin, because Evasion is actually fucking stupid, accuracy and damage boost is the superior PvP build, even for Templar. Like, I genuinely think that Templars are playing Templar wrong. Like, you're supposed to be playing Templar with accuracy, damage boost aggressively. Just put Life Leech on every single node that you can have it on, and just play like that. Like, run Endurance if you want, because you get free Endurance, right? And just use that as your layer of defense, alongside your huge HP pool. Like, Constitution, high HP, endurance with accuracy and damage boost Templar is probably a lot stronger than people give it credit for, but I just don't see Templars run it for some reason. It's weird. Yeah, so you're telling me I'm not running into anyone that I'm in PvP set. Is that what's going on? Because I already know that the very moment I switch into PvE, I'm gonna get jumped again. Alright. I'll take the bait. Fine. The moment I attack a mob, an assassin's gonna jump me. But it is what it is. I guess I'll do the 11 Rift as well. Yeah, might as well, right? Just check the tile game real quick. I haven't done my Rifting quest yet. Gladiators usually need to build accuracy to a 9-1. Yeah, but the two games are not really comparable. Like, the thing with Iron 1, right, is broadly speaking, every class builds multiple sets, and you switch through your multiple sets depending on situation, like on the fly. On Iron 2, you can't really do that, because if you have skills in cooldown, you can't switch presets. Or specifically skill presets, I guess. Now, eventually a meta is going to evolve, and maybe people will do that more in 9-2, but right now the game is moving too fast for people to be making multiple gear sets. Can I see your stigmas and skills? For PvE or for PvP? Showing skills cost 1 sub. Well, the person asking is on YouTube, so they're gonna have trouble subbing. I mean, I guess I have a Ko-fi now on YouTube. Not that anybody gives a shit, but you know. But yeah, based on the stuff they say at Taiwan, I think it's kind of a given that they're not going to change the entry system for Sanctuary next week, because they seem like, again, they gave the same answer. Like, the entry systems as the way they are because of carry runs. Like, they are very out of touch. It's a bit sad. Oh yeah. That train has left the station. They reiterated about the 6-man groups to wait until June 14th to see announcements, so... I mean, at this point, it's basically confirmed, right? Which is gonna be good. Like, overall, genuinely, I think Season 4 is gonna be, like, a step in the right direction for the game, but my god, dude, some of these, like, fundamental problems they really need to address. Does France use euros? Is that a real question? Yeah, yes it does. Your coffee was defaulted to euros? Yeah. I mean, you can default it to any currency. It's just that, you know, because the transaction like sends the money to PayPal, and PayPal has like currency conversion. Like if I put it into dollars, then I would get taxed twice, both from coffee and from whatchamacallit, from PayPal. So yeah, fuck that. I still remember when we had different currencies across Europe. I mean, I was around when France used franc as its main currency. That was a time that existed. That was because I'm connected to VPN. I forgot about. No, it's. I actually manually set it to euro because, as I said, otherwise there's currency conversion rates. We switched to euro this year. Damn. You're almost as old as me, maybe. I mean, I think I've said before how old I am. I'm 31, so. I mean, hey, if I've been playing MMOs for 23 years, you know, like you can somewhat assume. Do you want me to get taxed? Exactly. Could be your father. That's crazy. I thought you were a Zoomer, TBH. Who, me? That's fucked up, Kiggy. You can't be joining the chat and saying shit like this. That's crazy. I mean, hey, you know what? Fair's fair. I thought you were German. I'm 51. Goddamn. I mean, you know what? I've played with people who are like literally like 76 on Aion, so you know. Everyone needs a 5-star dungeon runs I can carry. Do you actually want to burn Odell into 5-star? Sakura? 76, yeah. I played... I mean, I think I may have told this story before, but... Back in 3.x on Iron 1, like, the Legion I was in had an old lady that was 76. She played Chanta, and she was actually pretty decent. She was the sweetest thing. I wonder if she's doing okay today. Tap target games are perfect for old men like me. Yeah. I mean, kind of same. It's Larry's account. I'm just sharing his energy. Ah. Wow, you're running dungeons for Larry? Crazy work. Busy being mentally deranged. Yeah, that takes a lot of time out of the schedule. I would know. No German bashing, Mr. Streamer Man. When did I bash the Germans, alright? No one is making me the mods I want for my gacha game, so you know I have to figure it out myself. Do I dare ask what type of mods I'm making? I think it better left up to imagination. Oh. A Cleric X form, look at that. You wanna see something funny, chat? So here's a Cleric X form, right? This guy's a commander. Yeah, this guy's a commander, fully geared. PvP. Full PvP accuracy, gold mana stones with weapon damage boost. This guy is as good as a cleric is, and he's X form right now. Do you see how much damage he's doing to me? Oh well. An assassin popped on me. Alright, we're good. A class that does damage finally attacked. I hope you can see like the difference in damage profile from assassin to cleric. Your French are supposed to do, that's a game we hate each other by nature. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong, alright? Like, I've been in my fair share of, like, PvP pre-mades in Iron 1 with German players, and, you know, the big W was mentioned a couple of times as a bit of a banter. I think, you know, it happens. And I mentioned German. I checked today the book skin, the season shop. A German cross on it. Does it? Oh, you mean the... I think it's just a reference to an Iron 1 skin, actually. Yeah, it's. I think it references the skins from, like the basic gold arena skins from Iron 1. Hokuto no Ken class for that? Wait, what did I miss? What do you think about Brawler and Iron Classic? Oh yeah, Brawler and Iron Classic, dude. I have some opinions about that class. Like, part of the reason why I wasn't really interested in, like, continuing to play Iron Classic is Brawler. What a fucking stupid class. It is our love language. Well, I don't know if I would go that far. Can I ask you how you pronounce something in French? Are you going to ask me about the pushing the seal thing again? Because people ask me to say that like 3 times a day, but go ahead. Oh, that's a new one. Okay, let me just analyze your sentence to see if there's a ligma hidden in there. Let's see. I mean, it seems legit. I don't know what the reason is, but détruisez tout, c'est une obligation. There you go. I don't know. What does it mean? Destroy everything. It's an order. I don't know if it's if it's a reference to something, but you know, I'm happy to help. OST from a game? Ah, I see. I need to play Expedition 33 because I'm not a loser. I don't know, man. I just... I kinda... Like, I understand that people, you know, like this game, but it just... I'm just not really appealed by it. Like, good for them, right? That they made a good game, but I kinda don't care about it. I made it shamelessly. Yeah, I don't know. I got humbled by Expedition, did you? I mean, I'm sure it's good, right? It's just, you know, I haven't had the itch to play it. What class did you mean play an Iron Classic? I mean, do you mean Ion Classic specifically, or do you mean Ion in general? Because I played Ion from the beginning. Ion in general? I played everything. I wouldn't really say I had a main on that game. Like, I just played everything. Like, the classes I played the least were Ethertech and Bard. Ethertech, Bard, and honestly, Spirit Master I didn't play too much either. But I did play everything. What is your favorite World of Warcraft class? I didn't play WoW. I never played WoW. Like, the thing with WoW is... I played Final Fantasy 11, right? So, you know... The game I played during that era was Final Fantasy 11. And I never got around to playing WoW. What? Yeah. And like, by the time I was interested in looking at WoW... Like, it was just a plug-in simulation, and it genuinely wasn't appealing to me. You're not helping, it was the same. I mean, hey, you can just browse my YouTube and look for like all of my cringe PvP compilation I made on Iron 1 over the years. There you go. Can't make up my mind about what to play Global 9 2. I mean... I can like push in the right direction. Like, it's honestly, it's purely based off of archetype. Also, because the thing is, right, anything that pertains to class efficiency or class balance is gonna go through the window by the time the game comes out in global. Because I cannot see the game staying in the same state it is in right now. So I would talk any discussion of game balance with a grain of salt if global is your main target. Oh yeah, by the way, I have the fan on, so let me know if if it's impacting the mic quality in any way. Of course this... some dude had to come farm here, of course. Do you have any guess about the new class? I think it's probably a DPS. It's gonna be one of 3 weapon types. First of all, it is gonna be a DPS, because if you want your game to do well, you only release DPS classes, right? Or even if you... and the thing is, if you want to release a support class, you also have to release a DPS alongside it. That's just the MMO 101 rule, right? So assuming it's gonna be one class, it's either going to be a spear class, a crossbow class, or a scythe class. It's gonna be one of those 3. Spear because people want Aion 1 Gladiator. Crossbow because it's a weapon type they showed in the Vision trailer on Aion 1. And Scythe because XD Scythe. Can't hear him, my fan is too loud. Yeah, well, there you go. I need more monitors, I missed my 5 monitors. Wow, man. If they turn Aion 1 Gladiator into the new class, I'm going to be so mad. I mean, they probably will. Right? I mean, at the end of the day, right, thematically, Gladiator using a spear in Aion never made much sense, right? So it makes sense for them to make a separate class that specifically uses a spear, right? But you know, who knows? Whip was a weapon shown too. It wasn't really Whip that they showed, it was their vision of how they wanted Chanter to play. Like, basically, they wanted Chanter to play like with a whip-like staff that they spun around them, right? And that's basically what Aion 2 Chanter does, right? So they kind of don't have to, you know, act on that. And hello, Akita as well. But yeah, that's my personal, like, personal bet. We don't have any information. We don't have anything to go off of, actually, when it comes to the new class, so... I guess for the time being, just wait until the 14th, right? The game needs more real healers. What do you mean? Gladiator exists. Real? I mean, Gladiator is as real of a healer as you can get. Oh, dude. And let me just target you real slow. There we go. It had a real healer and people complained that it didn't do damage. What do you mean? A whip would be awesome. They said a new class is an exclusive class for Aion 2. Yeah. And like, just because it's an exclusive class doesn't mean it can't use a spear, right? Because like an actual spear class, we've never had in Aion 1 either. Like Gladiator used a spear weapon, but they never used it as a spear. So, you know. Cleric was fine as a healer near the more beginning of the game. People complained there was no reason to take Cleric that did no damage. The problem with Cleric's damage at the beginning of the game was that even solo content was fucking not doable. Like, I played Cleric at the beginning, right? Even doing sealed dungeons took forever. Now, to be fair, like, in Aion term, healers were never like pure healers. They never were. So... a Valkyrie from Terra with Spear really felt like Gladiator 91. Yeah, I mean... there's many things they can do. My personal bet is on Crossbow, right? But, you know. The Trinity game where everyone almost can heal. The average Trinity like, yeah. That's a scaling problem. You can scale content to class. I mean, yeah. But I mean, broadly speaking, I don't think they need to reinvent the wheel, right? Like, I think the balancing in Aion 1 was sound. And Aion 1's Cleric was not weak damage-wise, far from it. Like, the problem with having a healing class that doesn't do damage is... I mean, other games have done it, right? And it just makes the class really fucking painful for the people who play them. Because then you literally cannot do anything by yourself, right? Like, anyone who played Seeker on Throne will know what I mean. I want Cleric was OP in PvP, both DPS and support builds. I wouldn't say Cleric was OP in PvP. Cleric had some very telegraphed weaknesses in Aion 1. It was a good class, right? Like, I guess Cleric was a very... Like, it was a noob check, right? Like, Cleric really excelled at killing, you know, low guild players. Also, I mean, PvE set, yeah. But broadly speaking, Cleric had some classes it couldn't beat at all in 1v1. In group PvP, Cleric was basically mandatory though. I wish they won the Lost Ark support. Lost Ark did it so well. I didn't play Lost Ark, so I don't know. Reduce health field to a minimum and all wonder everyone scrim for healers. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, right? It's as I said, if they want to go the life leech route, they can, that's fine. But then they build every class to be capable of doing the same thing. And they also need to build around it in PvP and give everyone enough tools to, you know, pin people down. Oh, fucking Commander Assassin. Oh. I'll be on my way. Man, it's... Every time I just switch to PvE to farm, there's just people everywhere. And then the moment I switch to fucking PvP, there's no one. What is this, man? SM would pretty much always kill Cleric. I would argue SM is the one matchup that, you know, Cleric was doing the best against compared to other classes, because like there's not really any classes that outright won against SM, except maybe Assassin, even though that's debatable. Because SM was by far and wide the best 1v1 class because of fear, right? Life leech okay, but not in PvP. I mean, yeah. I just think life leech should not exist at all. But if they want to go that route, then they need to rebuild the game fundamentally. Magic Step SM was really hard to kill for Cleric, especially patches with Potion HP bug. Okay, but you're talking about 5.x, Kegi. I think when most people talk about Aion 1, they referred specifically to everything up to 4.x, right? That's kind of my assumption, right? Because I'm pretty sure we were the only dipshits who played 5.x. Hello, Pizza. I think they're going to feel it's going to be a very broken cast. I mean, probably, yeah. Yeah, you're not going to be able to kill me anymore, brother, because I'm not in PvE gear anymore. This guy is full horn dragon. HP bug was fixed in 5.8. Something like that, yeah. But people didn't really abuse the... Look at his HP bar, guys. Look at his HP bar. This guy is full PvE gear, by the way. Fucking fantastic. He's rooted. Maybe I can kill him. There we go. Back when we played it, people just didn't know about it, so they barely used it. I mean, I don't know about you, Kegi, but in Arena of Gold, like, fucking everyone was doing that shit. Every time I encountered a class with any amount of CC, like, they all did it. I mean, fuck, dude. I did it as a chanter. I would stun people, strip my gear, and use stamina restoration. Absolutely balanced, hell yeah. And the guy has a high commander necklace. That's a choice. Martial Gladiator. And same one for earlier, isn't it? Yeah, he's gonna hit him up twice, and he's gonna go back to full health, so why bother? Absolutely balanced, what do you mean? Yeah. Definitely. It's just funny to me how... I don't know, man. Why doesn't like healing reduction impact life leech even? It's like it's broken as is. Like why do you have to go through all of these hoops to make it even more broken? Like you can't tell me no one at NCSoft realizes this. Surely someone realizes this. Like this has to be by design, right? You know what? Fuck, man. I really want to have a conversation with Namjoon. Genuinely, like honest to God, just one-on-one, just ask him those questions. And the thing is, right, if you're Taiwanese or Korean, you have the opportunities to ask this man what's going on, and no one is doing it. Fucking sucks, man. I just want to talk to this guy. I want to understand what's the logic behind all of everything that they're doing. If I start playing this game, what should I take as a DPS? What do you mean in terms of class? I mean, if you're looking for global, like anything balance related is like completely irrelevant to you right now. Like just go with whatever archetype you prefer. If you want to play on Taiwan, I would say the most versatile class is probably Gladiator, right? I would still qualify Gladiator as one of the best classes in the game. Oh, but Gladiator is not a DPS. It is. In PvP, I mean, right now, the top 3 impact classes are Gladiator, Assassin, Ranger. SM has a spot, but SM is weaker than these 3 in terms of like looking at all of the matchups. With the classes requiring the least amount of brains to function, arguably being Gladiator. Like I would say Gladiator overall is like, yeah. If you don't want to struggle and you just want to win against people and be somewhat unstoppable, just play Gladiator. Like it's very, very brain dead. Ah, there's a soak now. Well, I don't think either of these guys are going down. I mean, maybe, you know, you never know. Maybe with a good route or something. Speaking of good routes, here's one. The fact that this template actually has PvP is fucking sad. Is he playing block? Yeah, see, that's the problem. Like, genuinely, I think people who play Templar are just fucking stupid. Like, if you want to play Templar, you need to play accuracy, damage boost, and like stack Constitution, and turn on Life Leech on every node. And you will actually be able to kill people while being fucking invincible. But I don't know why Templars insist on playing block. Like, you don't need block as a defensive layer to survive as a Templar. You really don't. Like, what is block going to save you against? Genuinely, that you don't already win against. Is this spot taken? I don't think it is. Alright, back to farming. Hopefully we can get at least one potential stun with this stream. That would be depressing. I'm so golden. I got excited, as always. Oh, it's so warm, man. Even at this time of day. It's only gonna get worse, dude. This prog. This fucking Sanctuary 3 prog is gonna be painful. Especially considering we had... I think we had players quit the game. So we might not even be full anymore. How is Templar looking these days with viability in a group? It's not the best it's been doing, but Templar is like, it's a solid pick overall. Okay, I would say Templar is in a similar spot to Cleric, but slightly better. Yeah, in that Templar does pretty, honestly, very reasonable damage in PvE. It still has good utility because you have mitigation, right? So in fights where you need the mitigation in order to survive, Templar is pretty much... You're always gonna want one, right? And then in PvP... Like in solo PvP, Templar is not the best right now, for sure. It's tanky, right? But it doesn't really do too much damage. And in group PvP, Templar is able to provide some nice mitigation, some nice pinning. So it's pretty solid for that. So overall, it's a solid class. Yeah. It's not doing the hottest it's ever been, but it's still pretty solid. Yeah. I guess Templar is what Cleric wish it was. In terms of like what it brings to a group and what it's capable of achieving by itself. Yeah. Like the idea of locking someone down in PvP and tanking in PvE. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what Templar does right now. And I'm still of the opinion that you can spec Templar to be more offensive in PvP. It's just that I don't really see anyone doing it, and I don't really understand why. Because I'm pretty sure like full accuracy damage boost Templar would actually be able to dish out some like very reasonable damage. And let me tell you, if I play Templar in global, that's how I'm gonna play it. You already know. Also the fact it has, you know, the shield block and everything. Actually, the shield block is underrated as well in PvP. Like, if you play an offensive Templar, like, genuinely, I think there's something to be done here. World Templar have like 5 sets. I mean, the thing with set swapping in this game is it's not as convenient as it was in Aion, because number one, you don't have as many gear presets as we had in Aion, and number two, you do have limitations when it comes to switching presets with relation to your skills in specific. Like, I'm pretty sure even if you have the same skill preset across 2 different presets, if you try to switch gear, it just doesn't let you if you have a skill in cooldown. Which is the problem, right? Now, you're still able to do manual stuff, right? Like, technically speaking, you're able to just e-bind switching the gear, and then you can manually switch the genus by like keeping this tab open and just like switching between those. Like, unironically, I've seen some people do that, but you know, it's nowhere near on the level of Iron 1 for sure. But I still think, again, I don't necessarily think you need more than an accuracy set on Templar. Yeah. This is what the elite guard in High Commander has full soul binds and High Commander has 5. Yeah, it's because of the extendability, which is still dumb to me, right? But I guess at least you're getting at least you're getting some extra attack from it, right? So but they should just be there should be like 2 paths of progression with the High Commander weapon. Like you should have the option to upgrade it without the extendability. Especially considering most classes don't give a shit about the extendability. No extra attack. I'm pretty sure the base damage is bigger on the High Commander, right? Is it a morph or is it a craft? I think it's a craft. It might be a craft. Yeah, there we go. The base one is 491, and this one is... Oh yeah, there's no extra attack. Okay. Yeah, so it's literally just the fucking extendability. That's fucking dumb, dude. I mean, I guess I don't know why they chose that. I don't even know why they added that into the game, to be honest, but you know. Weird sense of priority, I'll say that. Dumbest thing to do? I wouldn't say it's the dumbest. I think turning Life Leech into what it is right now was the dumbest thing they've done so far, but... You know, it's just an odd decision. Extend means anything already range class. Yes. Extendable weapons do give you extra 2 meters to work with. Even on range classes. But the problem is that you never really get into situations where the extendability does anything for you as a range class, right? Like, outside of, you know, Zerg PvP, I guess, where maybe you get a bit of utility out of it, which kind of doesn't matter if you ask me. Because you're not really able to kite in this game, because of the way the combat works, like, extendability on range classes doesn't do anything. And then obviously in PvE, like, extendability is fucking useless in for range classes. Because if you maximize your range like that, then you don't even fucking get hit by your party buffs and stuff like that, so you're just shooting yourself in the foot. And for a class like Cleric, it doesn't even increase the range of healing skills, so yeah. Essentially it does nothing for range classes. Giving up a soul bite for extendable? Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't make sense for range classes. It's just a nerf. Because you're losing a soul bind line. The Karma combined with PP weapon was literally everything for Glad. I mean, yeah, like, again, for melee classes, extendability is decent. But yeah, for range classes, it kind of doesn't do anything. Now, that being said, even on Aion 1, like, extendables were nice for melee classes, but... like, an actual good player wasn't really using his extendable outside of when he really needed to. Because you lost so much fucking damage from using it. Alright, let me go out and do that Shugo. Okay. The extent I don't think you're gonna keep Godson. Oh, you can. You can. Yeah, the only thing you lose is the soul by 9. I shouldn't probably not be using these actually. Whatever. I've crafted a bunch anyways. It's okay. I've had some tile game terrorists today. Like people that just go in and ruin the score, so hopefully we don't run into those. I do need to make some PvE food though. Yeah. Do we have some crit food? Let's see. Attack accuracy. Do we have any attack crit? I'm guessing there's not, but yeah. Block crit. No attack crit, huh? Attack accuracy. Yeah, it's only crit block, I guess. Event, is this worth your time? Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, yes, it is. It's out of cap AP, it's Odil, it's Soul Codexes, it's Shugo currency. Yeah. You kind of have to do it. Like, it's... for the amount of time you spend inside of it, yeah.
Listen up, Yerk. When the game starts, red trap tiles will be mixed in. Yerk. Find the blue tiles without getting tricked, Yerk. Hurry and find them, Yerk. Good one. Correct answers earn points. Mistakes cost points. Moving on to the next round, Yerk. From now, you get extra points for collecting balloons, Yerk.
But yeah, like at this point, I'm doing it for all of that, and the Odil I'm converting into the thousands and thousands of wings I can craft to get a bit more money.
Here's the answer, Yerk. Memorize the positions of the tiles and balloons together, Yerk.
Like, right now I'm just holding my key now until next week. On the off chance that they allow us, like they give us a pity craft for the faded bracelet, in which case I would craft those. Probably gonna cost like 50 mil or something, right? But yeah. And then if they don't, I'll use the money to upgrade the looter bracelet. At least one of them. Get some wisdom.
Look out for the balloons and the tiles, Yerk.
Is he not grabbing that fucking balloon on purpose?
Here's the answer, Yerk. Round 5. Look out for the balloons and the tiles, Yerk. Here's the answer, Yerk. Round 6.
Are you all done with ults this week? I'm not. I still have some energy. It's just that...
Look out for the balloons and the tiles, Yerk.
I don't know, man.
Here's the answer, Yerk.
Like, especially with the heat wave we have, my motivation to run that type of content is like at an all-time low right now.
Look out for the balloons and the tiles, Yerk.
I guess when there's a bit more hype coming back after next week's patch, I'll be more inclined. I did run a bunch of Fight Temple on my SM. Rose blaming the weather. I mean, look, man, like
Going. The final rankings
the
still
heat
undecided,
is fucking me in the ass. All right,
Look out for the balloons
it's
and the
very
tiles,
hard
Yerk.
to be productive
Since it's the
in
last
any
round,
manner.
I'll give you extra time to grab the
I'll
blue.
say that. I still have energy on my ults. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Work, every yerk.
Maybe I'll run a few off stream tomorrow or something.
Very quick
We'll
on
see.
your feet. See you next time, yerk.
There's worse things that can fuck your ass. You seem well informed. Go ahead. Fuck it, we ball. Always bet on the right side. Never mind. I'm never gambling again for this. Alright, back to the abyss. I'll do one more hour farming, and then I'll check out the rift. See how it is. Select one of each, and the last one random. I usually just pick, pick one of each as well, and pick the second to last the second time. But, you know, every now and again, you just have to let it rip. You can do 3% on the hard mode. Technically, I can do hard mode cradle with you. I mean, probably, yeah. On my Chanta, yeah, definitely. I don't know how much energy I have on my Chanta, though. I mean, I guess if you want to do hard mode cradle, like, I guess I could, yeah. Fine. I'll be productive. My spelling is ass, that's fine. As long as I can understand you. Larry isn't playing anymore, so this character can do all kinds of shit. Oh, is he done? I mean, I guess I haven't seen him in chat in a while, so makes sense. I don't blame him. Chromite is terrible. I mean, yeah, like Larry really picked the quadruple deluxe fuck my ass package. Like, nothing was safe. Like, he picked Assassin with high ping on fucking Chromite. It doesn't get any worse than this, genuinely. Like, if you want to fuck your motivation to play this game, like, this is it. Like, that's what you need to do. Yeah, I have 220 energy on this character. I don't think there's any more I can get, right? I think I've crafted everything. Yeah, I did. Why is Chromite so bad? I mean, the main reason is it was the server, the Western community decided to go on, which, you know, leads to two problems. Number one, when your server has a majority of people with high ping, shit DPS, bad gear, and no subs, your server's gonna be weak. So that's the first problem. The second problem is that nobody was, like, no one who plays from the West was ever going to stay past Season 1, maybe Season 2. So basically they went on Chromite, they left the game, and now Chromite is just a husk with just a couple of dickheads left. So the mix of those two things make Chromite the weakest server overall. So it just loses to everything. Anyone else wants hard cradle? Yeah, anyone wants to get carried in chat on a shitty ult? I'm one of those dickheads. Oh, there you go. Take a seat. I mean, to be fair, I think a majority of the people did it, which makes sense, right? Like, most people want to play within a community of people who speak the same language and stuff, but it was always going to end this way, right? So that's... yeah, it is what it is. It's fine to have been called worse things. I mean, hey, when I say a couple of dickheads, right, I don't mean it in a derogatory way. It's just, there's like just a couple of you left, right? Which was never going to bode well. I tried Assassin as well one day delayed, even though it was killing shit so fast, the buttons in the Enterprise was X. I mean, Assassin at the very beginning of the game was actual fucking CBT on high ping. You could not even dodge roll without the game like rolling you back. So yeah, it was pretty bad. But yeah, bottom line is, Like Chromede is just empty because people left, because you know they had their fill and they're just waiting for global, right? And the people left are mostly people with high ping. With high ping, or like, or you know, a mix of high ping, no gear, no sub, no playtime, or all of the above, right? So yeah. Even if they get matched against a server that technically has the same population, they are just inherently weaker. And they also have a big, you know, problem with communicating. Just like Bakama, totally empty. Yeah, I mean, Bakama is the same thing, right? Bakama was the Ilios Western server, right? Bakama, the funny thing is Bakama fares a bit better because Bakama had the whole like DDoS incident at the beginning, so a lot of the foreigners gave up fast, which fred some slots for people to join it, right? So Bakama is like faring slightly less bad. It's still pretty fucking trash, right? But at least you're getting like 1 or 2 corridors during siege. Because your population is slightly less lopsided, because people left earlier than Chromede. At a point where the game was still getting like, you know, many new players and stuff. I do have to be careful because this is hard mode. I do have to be a bit careful. Do you remember when we were matched against Wakaba and we first rolled him? Yeah. Good times. I mean, hey. At least you had all of season 1 to have fun, right? Then it went downhill when you got matched against, you know, not Wakaba. Let's hope we get matched against a true server next time. Yeah, about that. At least we said that have quit. Well, I mean, most people who played from the West have not gone past season 1. Especially like the biggest filter was the release of Dramata as the beginning of season 2. I think a lot of Westerners quit when that happened. Yeah. Probably should have waited for Sakura to use that. Oh, whatever. Middle of this didn't exist yet? Yeah. It's funny, right, actually, to think that we got to play on an Abyss map that doesn't exist anymore, and that will never exist again. Pretty crazy to think about. I mean, you know, not that it was a spectacular map or anything, but it's a bit crazy to think about. Just raise J7 merge ASAP, at least you can have some people during Abyss corridors. Well, they did say they have no intention of doing server merges, but they can play it like servers together in the Abyss stuff, right? So that is one thing that they can do. They did mention that server transfers might be coming, but there would be like restrictions based on population, so I don't know what that means for Chromede. I mean, hey, maybe people are going to move to Chromede though. That's possible. Chromede and Bakama. How Westerners quit because they could not join a party because the ping made them things horrible. I mean, yeah. But a lot of people quit at the beginning of season 2 because the gear requirement on Dramata was insane. Oh yeah. I completely forgot about this mechanic. It's been so long since I've done hard mode. Cradle. I mean, surely I've done 3%, right? I would assume I did. Nope. I didn't, apparently. Can I open it? Yeah, not enough contribution. It is what it is. I mean, maybe if I use power shots. I didn't use power shots. We can try again. We can try again. It wasn't very long, right? Let me grab some power shots. I mean, there's no stigmas I can use to do more damage, can I? See. Not really. I mean, but it's not really gonna add much. Yeah, I'll press on my Gladiator. I just instant accept every time, so it is what it is. Right, it's not like it's costing me anything to try again, so why not? I'll use food and Odell. I guess I can use a battle scroll. These are not exchangeable. Yeah, you know what? Let me do that. And if it doesn't work with this, it's not gonna work with anything. To be fair, this character weapon sucks fucking ass. So there's that. I should get some like baseline Bailic accessories for my ults, by the way. Like, it would not even cost me much just to craft them, because I have so many mines. Add 2 levels in Stigma. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm basically keeping my Stigma shots to upgrade Undefeated. Yeah. But the problem is that I'm spending all of my AP into closet upgrades. Yeah, so I would need to craft these, but it costs money. It's a tough balance, man. I should be spending some money on my ults to bring them a bit more up to snuff. At least a tiny bit more. Like, I think 5-star normal or 4-star hard should be the baseline for like my Templar and my Chanter right now, but that would require me to spend money on them. And I need that Kina. I need that dough. Actually, do you have a DPS meter, Sakura, to see how far off I am from dealing 3%? I can't imagine I'm that far off. Genuinely. Did 2.1%. I'm gonna wait a bit this run. I mean, with power shards, I should be pretty close then. It's time to go a bit slow on the DPS. Yeah. Did you hit it a bit? Yeah. I mean, again, I'm just gonna use consumables and it should be much better.
You will burn! I'll carve your appetite in blue! I'll carve your appetite in red! I'll carve your appetite in blue!
Actually, it says the color. Yeah. The one in Corroded Sanctuary does as well. You know, the second boss, he says violet and red too. I have the voices in Korean. Honestly, the English voices are pretty decent. Like, I've really only ran into one big stinker of a voice acting piece. That being OG Fire Temple Chromede. Like, it's actually fucking bad. But the rest has been fairly competent. Some of it is even like good, you know. Like the Essential Trial guy is pretty good.
It's the nature of bonds to swarm together. Embrace pain and emptiness. Even mercy shall lie beneath my feet.
And bro is just holding DPS. I mean, hey, I shouldn't be that far off.
Pain is impartial. It's the nature of bonds to swarm together. I see your every move. Even mercy shall lie beneath my
Faisal has been nice, like 2 weeks, 3 corridors. That's nice. I mean, honestly, that's, you know, the baseline you should be expecting. Nice. Did it really take me that long to reach 3%, by the way? And I guess it's not too bad. I had a 660 Cleric run back run. A 660? Well, I tried it, some voices were missing, I used them for Q on the yeah, typically the voices are like missing on the like the latest piece of content. Like right now, Transcendence 4 doesn't have the full voice acting. It has a couple of voice lines, it doesn't have everything. The other assassin was looking too. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. He waited too. I mean, he even typed in chat. He typed in chat like, he's not at 3% yet. And then as soon as I was, he said okay, and he killed the boss. So. I mean, I only have like 2 or 3 runs I can open the box, so. Yeah, like 2 more runs, and then I'll be out of energy. It doesn't even give that much more Kina though, admittedly. Like it's a decent amount, it's just, you know. It's no 5-star. The difference is bigger in the 5-star? Yeah. That's why, like, I genuinely think I should bring my ults to at least normal mode 5-star levels. Yeah. Get your ult to 5-star, I can carry. Yeah. I mean, this character can already enter 5-star, right? But I guess the problem is gonna be, like, 5-star normal, that is. I mean, 5-star hard is not gonna happen on ults, but 5-star normal, yeah. Because it's 3k, right? So if you'd rather do that, I guess we can. But I think it might be harder than 4-star hard actually. You hit 3%, so I would need to, like, you know, do things proper. I mean, again, at the end of the day, genuinely, I just need to make fucking crafted accessories on these characters. Like, that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. It just sucks that the gold fluxes are so fucking expensive now. Like, if I did that when they were 600k each, it would basically have costed me nothing. But right now, it would actually be somewhat expensive to do. So, yeah. Doing crafted jewel on all characters on global? Oh, 100%. I mean, dude, at the end of the day, right? Beginning of season 1 on global is going to be Star Dragon galore. If it goes the same as it did on Taiwan and Korea, where the mines are literally 200k each. Fucking 200k, dude. Like, yeah, send it. Money is not worth using on literally anything else. It isn't. It's incredibly cost efficient because at this point we already know that you can go the entirety of season 1 and 2 with just Star Dragon gear, right? So you just full send that shit, and then you eventually upgrade your weapon into either Sanctuary or Horned, and you just slowly but surely transfer everything. Like the Star Dragon accessories, you can ride until the end of times, right? The weapon and guard you just update with Sanctuary and Horned, and the armor you eventually update with Dungeon, right? And you just inherit everything, so you keep all of the soul binds. Like it is the correct way to go. It is. Especially assuming that the mines are gonna be as cheap as they were at the beginning here. Like, even if you have to relinquish all of your life possessions to just buy mines for like the first 2 weeks of the game, it's going to pay out. It's going to pay off like big time. You'll be very ahead of the curve. Now, obviously, right, I expect mines to be a bit like more expensive on global because there's going to be the knowledge, right? So, you know, people are going to look at like videos made by content creators, including me, and stuff like that. So these are going to be more sought after. But still, they're probably going to be pretty cheap. A lot of you to assume that Korea won't do what they do best, which is milking money in any way they can. What do you mean? How does that have anything to do with what I just said? Demand will be way higher? Yeah, probably, but the price is still not going to be that high, right? Because at the end of the day, the first 2 weeks of the game, there is a finite amount of Kina in the game. And if all we have in the game is fucking crowd cave Kina, yeah, economy is going to be pretty deflated. So yeah, even if it's like 500k a piece, it's not going to be worth it. On the flip side, you can also make the argument that will be more supply. I mean, yeah, because like people are going to be stuck in crowd cave at the beginning. They made the quest gold bound. Yeah, that's right. Like the Kina was inflated at the beginning because of the codexes. Like I don't know if you guys remember, but you know the yellow codexes, these ones, you could sell them to the NPC for fucking 500. Okay, you could sell them to the NPC for fucking 500k. So bots kept making characters. They kept getting their free codexes from the MSQ, selling it and send it. So there was a lot of Kina that got injected into the economy because of that. What could you sell for 500k? These. The yellow codexes. Like you got like 10, 15 from the MSQ. So bots kept making characters. They did the MSQ and they sold the codexes. They transferred the Kina, rinse, repeat. And they just had bot do the MSQ over and over. Yeah, like this game release, like if you don't remember or if you didn't experience the state this game released at the very beginning, like holy shit. If you think the game is poorly thought out and in some aspects right now, like this game's release was fucking catastrophic. Zero hindsight, and at the end of the day, that is what they get for not having an open beta. Don't they think about bots when designing the game? I mean, again, have you seen how the pet system and open world farming was designed at the beginning of the game? Like, I don't know if you played at the very, very beginning, right? It was bad. It was really, really bad. Kina was uncapped, by the way. Kina and loot was uncapped when farming in the open world. And grinding mobs in the open world was the only way you could get pets. Cleric DPS in story, yeah. Cleric did actually Z DPS in PvE at the beginning, like none. Even killing a single monster was challenging. Okay, the first month of this game was something to fucking witness, dude. They had no idea what the fuck they were doing. Well, those soul binds might be the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. There's actually nothing that is keepable on this. I mean, I guess I'm just going to codex reroll this like once or twice. Yeah. See what I get and then use it. It is pretty funny though how bad it is. Wait, I mean, they went back and forth with problems with bots at the beginning, which is why we have so many systems that are like limited in such weird ways. You know? I think they did discuss changing Kina farmed in the open world to be bound as a solution instead of having the Kina cap, which I've been saying for months, by the way, but you know, at least it's nice that they're maybe eventually coming around to it. I'll go give them a quick powder storm. Speed it up.
An intruder! You will burn! I'll carve your epitaph in red! I'll carve your epitaph in blue!
Yeah, there was no way I was gonna make that. Oh well.
I'll carve your epitaph in red! It's the might of the Karma!
I mean, like, so many classes are weird thing at the beginning, man. Like, the fucking Gladiator washing machine. Chanta's gap closer was incredibly bad. Like, it actually just didn't work half the time. Like, yeah, again, like, the first few weeks of this game was definitely something to witness.
Please enlighten me.
I actually have a clip on my Twitch somewhere. Like, if you can dig it up, where I get, like, I roam in the abyss, I get approached by a gladiator, like a low rank glad, with no scrolls, that just walks up to me, and then does the washing machine, like, abuse thing. And I just can't do anything. It like takes a painstaking high amount of time, especially for like the TTK back then, for him to kill me, but I'm just stuck. Yeah.
It's the nature of ours to swarm together. Even mercy shall lie beneath my feet. Embrace pain.
Oh boy.
Emptiness.
I feel like I'm attacking like slower than usual. Do you think Celestial Dragon craft was worth crafting? Same rank as Ludorus? Is that the 108 gold? If it's gold, then no. For weapon and guard, you want to go for orange. It's gonna be a priority.
It's the nature of
Because like the extra level of enhancement gives you significantly more attack, and also the soul mine scale much higher, which is quite important for weapon and guard.
lie beneath my feet.
Yeah, can't open that. Yeah, one more anyways, right? Yeah, one more. Yeah, not really worth for me to be doing hard mode for the time being. It isn't. I thought bro was gonna wait. Well, bro didn't wait. It is what it is. I mean, you know what? Whatever, man. I don't think it's worth it for me to do that. It's not even that much more keen anyways. Right, yeah. Let me try to book it. See if I can get something better. One attempt. I mean, it can't possibly be worse anyways. If I can get crit damage boost, that'd be nice. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's, you know, better than this, but that's for sure. Sure. Okay. Why not? I upgrade for the Chanta. Yippee. Kinda weird that these don't have set effects, to be honest. Alright. Back on the Cleric we go. I guess I'll transfer Uki now. Might as well. Hard mode is definitely a lot harder than normal. Yeah, it's kind of implied, yeah. I mean, the amount of torrents the bosses have in hard mode is like significantly higher. Like my Chanta is basically doing like 1/3 of the damage it does in normal mode. But that mostly has to do because my Chanta has no fucking damage boost, right? So yeah, no. I don't think it's this much. Yeah. I mean, it's this much because of the Dramata incident. Like, if you remember what happened with Dramata, like, that's why. It's like this. And there's actually like a fairly large population of the player base that just doesn't do hard mode like ever. In fact, a lot of the foreigners in general just don't do hard mode. Got my Spider-Man, yeah. Is the crit damage boost bis on Mana Stone? It's weapon damage boost and crit damage boost, but weapon damage boost is a bit better as far as I'm aware. I guess it also depends on whether you're talking about PvE or PvP, right? Like in PvP, weapon damage boost is definitely better. In PvE, I don't quite know. I think it's about the same. There's most farming here. Alright, I guess I'll farm for 20 minutes and then go Rift and see what happens. Yeah, I mean, there's no one here, so free real estate, I guess. I think I'm also gonna start doing metal gambling. Wow, immediate potential stone. Okay, well, this stream is officially worth it. GG's. And thank you for the follow, Karu. Where can I get transfer stone weapon? You get transfer stones by breaking down equipment into transfer stone fragments, and then you morph them into transfer stones of the corresponding piece of equipment. It takes more fragments depending on the equipment type. Like a weapon stone requires 20 fragments, accessories 10, stuff like that. For PvE, people do getting damage boost mana stones. I mean, damage boost is okay, but the thing with damage boost is that it's the least potent. Okay, the thing with damage boost is that it's effective as long as your target has tolerance that is superior to your damage boost, right? The moment your damage boost is more than the enemy tolerance, whether it's PvE or PvP, it becomes less effective. And that's when weapon damage boost and crit damage boost comes forward. Is Chenta an offensive healer, basically? I mean, yeah. I mean, Cleric is, you know, in terms of its kit, you know, is just as aggressive. But Chenta right now is the support that does the most amount of damage. It also has stuns and stuff like that, so it fares a bit better than Cleric. It's more desirable in PvE, and it's better in PvP. I miss your answer on Celestial. Well, I just said that when it comes to weapon and guard, you want to focus on getting orange. So if Celestial is the Crimson equivalent, so if it's the Gold 108, don't bother with it. It's a waste of time. Just focus on getting a Sanctuary weapon or Horned. That's about it. That's the only thing that's worth your time. But yeah, basically Chenta has a bit less healing capability than Cleric, but it has more offense and it has much better buffs for the group. And Cleric has better heals, but it does a lot less damage. It has worse buffs. But the thing in the game right now is that healing is not, it's just not that valuable of an asset in the current way the game works. Like the only situation, the only scenario where Cleric's healing is actually valuable is group PvP, but the game functionally has no group PvP, so yeah. At least for now. I guess I'll enhance my Tribunus accessories with the potential stands, yeah. Might as well get more damage. Maybe one day I'll have enough. I mean, it's either that or I go for the armor, but the armor I will replace with High Commander, so kind of don't want to do that. I guess I could also just like fucking save up the stones or something. And thank you for the photo, Corsair. Appreciate it. I really wonder what they're going to present on Tuesday. I mean, we still don't know what the fuck the Brute is doing, actually. So they're probably gonna spend some time to explain exactly what the Brooch does. I mean, hopefully they do. I just don't see the benefit of adding a new gear slot. I really don't. Also, it's gonna look weird, you know? Like, this is already pretty even. Like, we're just gonna have like one extra thing just sticking out. It's gonna be weird. Brooch equals remove shock. No, remove shock is called Defiance in Iron 2. But we know that they are going to add a new equipment piece called the Brooch. We don't know what it's gonna do. We know it's gonna come from the new raid, and that's about it. What time on Tuesday are they going to drop information? It's usually basically, I mean, I don't know what time zone you're in, so I'm just gonna tell you relatively. Like 10 hours ago is when the stream, like 10 hours and 16 minutes ago is when the stream starts in terms of the time. So yeah, for me basically it's midday 30. I think for the US it's in the middle of the night actually. I think it is. About 4 AM? Yeah. That sounds about right, yeah. If you live in the US, yeah, it's in the middle of the night for you. Okay, squeezing a one last potential stone before the rift. I mean, I can't complain. Like one stone is already pretty good, but you never know. West Coast, so 7 AM, East Coast. All right. Yeah, middle of the night, early morning. Either way, not the most ideal time for you. But I mean, you can just catch up on info afterwards. And then there's going to be the patch notes on the same day. A few hours later. Which, the patch notes is like, what? If it's 4 AM for you, then it's like 2, 3 PM for you. That's when the patch notes is going to be. And as usual, because this week is actually going to be worth it for me to make it, I'll be making the patch notes video as well. So yeah, no, if you really don't want to seek it out, you can just wait for that. I'll also do a patch note reading. Actually, around this time, I'll be live on Tuesday to go through the patch notes with chat. I'm sure we'll have a very normal conversation about it. And nobody's gonna be mad. Do you know if Iron 2 SM also dot-based DPS? The thing is, it has dots, right? But dots in general don't really do damage in this game. Like, you mostly apply the dots for their secondary effects. So, like, SM's main source of damage is the pets. Like, you rotate through your different pets, and then you have a big pet that you also summon. Considering Bracelet gives God stats, I'm unsure as to what Brute would give. Hopefully it's not something stupid, break balance. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Unless it's like a completely new effect, which it could be, right? Like, they could make Brooch be status effect related, for example. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know what they can do with Brooch without just making it Bracelet 2, Electric Boogaloo, you know what I mean? I don't know what unique effect they could give it at this point, basically. That would actually be useful to any of the problems the game has. I mean, maybe it could give us an additional skill. Could you imagine? It could also give us, like, the ability to roll more skill levels as well, to get more skills to level 20 or something. Like, I don't know. Brooch will cancel lifesteal? Surely. MP regen? I like where this is going. I mean, it could be something interesting, right? It could be something that is like class or build altering, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's something you can build that, you know, that has negatives as well as positives. Like maybe you sacrifice something to get something else. But I doubt that is something they would be wanting to do. So it's probably going to be something more standard. Like it's, you know, I fully expect it to just be another bracelet. The other thing they could do is just they could do the same thing as they did with the new accessories on Throne, which is directional based bonuses, which would be really fucking bad in my opinion. But you know, it is NC stuff we are talking about. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that shit, quite frankly. Like, a directional based bonuses would be so bad. Please don't do that. Like, legitimately, anything but that. It's something you have, like, the direction your character is facing and where your character attacks the enemy is something you barely have any control over in this game. Like, yeah, you can go for the back in PvE, and for the most part, unless you play Assassin, it's not the most reliable thing. In PvP, you basically have zero control over where you're facing and how you're attacking your enemy, so, you know. So yeah, it would be a bad thing, so hopefully it's not that. Oh yeah, like if I had to guess something, it's probably gonna be something skill related. Yeah. More god stats would be lame, so yeah, skills. How else can I buff Sin again? I mean, there's a couple of ways. Another passive embedded accessory, yeah, something like that, yeah. Now, there is another thing they could do with it. I'm not sure that anybody here would want that, but they could make the brooch alter the effect of skills as well. By deleting it. Yeah. Or even like add some sort of additional effect to your actions. I don't know. Alright, 5 minutes, and then we go Rift. The one thing that I hope the brooch isn't, is I hope it's not going to be another accessory we have to enhance to get percent attack. Because that is the last fucking thing we need, genuinely. I mean, fuck man, some classes are already capped on percent attack anyways. Like, that would actually be just stupid. Healing coming. I mean, they did stuff like that on Throne as well. But you know. Maybe the brooch will give you a free self-resurrection, so you don't have to use stones anymore. How about that? Totally. But here's the thing, right? We've known about the brooch for a while, and the fact that they confirmed that the brooch was going to be a new piece of equipment also confirms the fact that we also know that the pendant is going to be another new accessory. Now the question is, when are they going to add it? And what is that going to do? Cooldown with the 1 day, yeah. Also, I guess another question is, considering the maximum eye level for crafted gear is gonna go up, what are they gonna do about PvP? A lot of questions that I guess we need to wait until Tuesday to get answers to. I'm excited, but I'm scared too. Alright, 58. It's time to riff chat. Surely I'm gonna find people at this time of day. For real, for real. All right. Giving a time for global launch. We probably won't have news about that until next month. Yeah. Gonna rush Emperor weapon and gonna be base for a while. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if people are gonna be able to rush it based on the way they seem to be going with this gear, right? Because if the material is bound, right? If the material is bound and you have to farm it yourself, it means that you're only gonna be able to get a finite amount every week. So it could be one of those things where you're gonna get 10 of the mat every time you run Sanctuary 3, but then you need 100 per piece for the upgrade, right? So then it's gonna take you like months just to get weapon and guard. Which is not a bad thing, right? At least it's going to incentivize people to keep doing Sanctuary 3, right? And get something out of it. Other than just praying that you fucking get a weapon. Also means that a new craft is going to be a guaranteed success since it's upcrafting. Alright. So yeah, overall it's probably a net positive, but you know. Many things they can fuck up. I mean, I'm especially afraid about the brooch, but you know, I guess we'll see. The brooch could also like be something that isn't exactly a piece of equipment. It could be something that you just like get and then you equip and like that's it. That's, you know, the interaction with it. Especially considering everyone in Korea and Taiwan has been bitching about the upgrade costs. I don't know if bringing up another piece of equipment is like the best idea. Delulu? I mean, hey, one can dream, right? I mean, you know what they fucking could do, right? The brute could literally just be an arcana where you just have to keep farming fucking sanctuary until you get the right mix of skills and shit on it. Like, it could just be like a skill stick that has like random skills on it, and you have to keep farming it until you have the right spread of skills on it. Like, they could do that shit. Shut up. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm gonna go check Zoomian, and then I'll go check the tile game. Don't give them idea, it's already too late. The patch is coming in 2 days. Anything they've done is set in stone. Is that a dude? There's so many bots. But no actual players. Oh yeah, by the way, one of the things that was mentioned during the Taiwan meetup that just happened is apparently the fact that the new maps will have the PvE flag toggled off. So it's basically going to be another Abyss with rifting, which is interesting. That happens, Korea is going melting, the New Arcana already makes some of them quit. Yeah, the New Arcana is brutal. You know what? See you Tuesday then if you're streaming. Good night for now, thanks for the answers. Yeah, no problem. And yeah, I'll be here on Tuesday. Like, on Tuesday I stream right before the maintenance starts. And then once the maintenance starts, I go over the patch notes with chat. And then we talk about it, and then I make the patch note video afterwards. So yeah. It's gonna be an interesting one for sure. Oh, I am running low on healing pots actually. I need to make a few more of these. Who knows, maybe I'll need them for Sanctuary as well. I need to make some crit food too. Assuming that the crit situation in the new Sanctuary is gonna be Kring. Can anyone try it Aion 2? I mean, yeah, you can. Like, I'm playing on the Taiwanese version, and it's basically a complete... It's an open door, right? The only thing you need to play on Taiwan is just a VPN. So if you just want to try it out, you can. Now, that being said, trying it out to just get a feeling for the, you know, feeling of the vibes, try it a few classes, so on and so forth, is fine. But I wouldn't start the game to push forward with it hard, because global is close enough at this point, and it's not the best playing experience as a foreigner on that server. Make sure you go to Kremit server. Actually, don't do that. Not Korean. You can play on the Korean servers, you can, but it's gonna require you to have a Korean account, like a social security stuff, so you're gonna have to jump through a lot of hoops to be able to play in Korea. How close is global? We don't have a date yet. It's estimated to be around late August to mid-September. So yeah, around 4 months. Also make sure to make a silk, yeah. But yeah, we should get a date for global fairly soon. Hopefully. What are you running global release? I don't necessarily have a strong opinion, because the thing is, by the time global comes out, the game is going to be very different, and the balance also will be. And this guy's not the smartest, is he? Right now I'm leaning towards Templar. Not because it's the strongest class, but because it fits my playstyle the best, I guess. Almost all foreigners I know completely swapped to Taiwan, yeah. Southeast Asian players will stay on Taiwan probably, we've got nowhere to go. Yeah, I mean, this is probably your main server. That being said, Taiwan is such a shithole that I would probably say, even if you play on... even if you're Southeast Asian, probably try global. It's... your ping will be higher, but the vibes will be better. I wonder if they'll add 2 more boards in Season 4. I mean, probably. Like, I think every time they introduce a new batch of dungeons, like a new dungeon difficulty, they will add those, because it's just like an easy way to add horizontal progression for you to keep grinding dungeons, right? Consider JP servers. Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, the JP servers are going to be in Korea, so you're probably going to have decent ping on that, and you will still have the global perks. That being said, it's probably going to be a bit less popular because, you know, Japan really only plays Japanese games, so they basically only play 14 and 11. But you know, at least you won't have to deal with the mainland China population the same way you do on the Taiwanese servers, unfortunately. And maybe the management on global is going to be a bit better than the Taiwanese servers overall. Also not really found on foreigner as well, so be prepared to be gatekept. Yeah, I mean, if you don't speak Japanese, yeah, but there's always going to be some communities though. And thanks for the follow, Shinon. Appreciate it. Anything coming out of Sugar Games? I mean, it's... oh wait, everything should be out by now. I guess there's just not many people running it right now. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a chill Rift. Oh well, let me go check the obelisk. Do you play without subscription? I play with the sub. But that's the only thing I pay for. Like I don't pay the battle passes. I don't swipe, so on and so forth. Probably not Japan, maybe EU, just like last talk. Ping on EU from Southeast Asia is not bad. Yeah, you have around 100 ping, right? From, I think Singapore gets 100 ping on the German servers, right? It's not terrible. Like, I would definitely say it's playable. Like, if you play like a support or something, I think you would be doing fine, yeah. But yeah, either way, I would probably recommend to at least try to play on global, because the vibes on the Taiwanese servers are rotten. They really are. The guy behind me, and he's dead. Well. Alright, and new arrivals at Jumian. I mean, I'm gonna do a couple of like full loops. I'll check the island as well, and if there's nothing, there's nothing, right? I'm not really expecting a miracle here. I'm probably just going to kisk a few bots, like tomorrow or something, just to finish up my quest. That's all there is to it. It is what it is. I mean, hey, at least if it is true that the PvE flag will not exist in the new maps, then surely PvP is gonna be better, right? Right. I do hope we also get some more data mining stuff this Wednesday, because the data mining has been a bit sparse as of late, which I guess is telling to the fact they are being like a bit more careful with what they put in the client compared to before. But yeah, so some season 4 breadcrumbs would be nice. It definitely would be. I'm just surprised we don't have that much from the new sanctuary already. I mean, we do have the map, right? We have the map. We do have the monster models, but, you know, not much beyond that. Like, we don't have the equipment, no BGM. There's probably a bomb that will be dropped. Yeah, probably. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And if you want to be made aware of that bomb, make sure to be on my Discord. I do not want the anti-stuff ninja to come after us. Anything here? Nope. Surely I can find at least one dude somewhere. It's crazy to me that people just don't straight up flag for PvP by default, to be honest. I don't think that's a dude, I think that's a stack of people. Oh no, it is a dude, look at that. If no PvP flag and no map, I also have no flag in most of the map. Yeah. If they can do both of these things, we're so fucking back. But yeah, again, we need confirmation for all of that, so. Nice. Bro has the starter pack. But yeah, like, beyond not having flag, I do hope they will also add interesting activities in Moheim and Elnan. I'm just looking forward. Because, like, dude, if rifting is actually, like, decent, you will catch me doing every single fucking rift of the day, right? I don't care. I just like rifting. I just like the principle behind rifting. I like the big maps. I like rifting, right? Can't wait to fish again, brother. I understand what's the point of forced PvP. I mean, if I want PvP, why people don't want to PvP? Well, don't want to PvP. I mean, it's just that, to me, the PvP flag should not be toggleable if you're above a certain rank. Like, that's really the problem right now. Like, it doesn't really make sense for me why someone who's a general is able to flag for PvE. You know what I mean? I cannot join Discord, link doesn't work. Says, oops, sorry. Really? It is a permalink. Like, I even just... Okay. Worst case scenario, I have a failsafe, right? I have a different link in the comments than I do from the comments, from the command. So, if you tried the one in the comments, then type !Discord and try to join with that. And let me know if it works. If it does, I'll just replace the YouTube comment permalink if it's broken. I agree with that? Yeah. Are you EU or NA? I'm EU. I'm French. Making a guild for Aion 2? I probably will not. Because, like, I've said this in the past, and I'll probably, you know, make a comment on that as the game come closer to global, but the thing is, I already have enough to manage, right? With content creation in real life. I don't also want to manage a daycare in the game, right? Especially since legions are not very useful beyond being community things, right? Like, we already have the community Discord, I don't think we need a legion. And I don't really want to pull people on the same server or anything. I think people should, you know, go wherever they want to go with their friends and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to be responsible for pulling people on a server. And I don't want to be responsible of, like, drama and stuff. There's also the fact that most people, at least as I know, played Aion for the faction versus faction. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, coming from Aion 1, it's definitely a bit of a whiplash, yeah. If it was forced PvP, it's similar to Warfare type, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, Aion 1 was fucking griefing central, and it was a bit extreme, but, you know, there was also a bit of charm in that, and it also builds... It also builds your server's community, right? Because, like, you end up in situations where, you know, there's a blockade of, like, people camping a certain area on the map, so the weaker people call the stronger people to remove them, and then there's, like, a hierarchy, and people, you know... People like to help each other and so on and so forth, right? It's a give and take, right? It's just another part of playing an MMO, right? Now, I understand, obviously, if people don't want to play the game for the PvP, since the game is more PvE focused than Aion 1, but, you know, it is also part of the charm, right? Of MMOs. 3-star and above should not be able to toggle off PvP. I think it should be even more extreme than that, because, like, ranking up is pretty fucking demanding, and then when you hit officers, it's a very small amount of people that can be officers on the server, right? So I think officer 1-star and above should not be able to toggle for PvE, in my opinion. Like, if you're officer, like, that's it, normal PvE flag for you. There's not even that much of a reason for it, right? Because it's not like you lose anything by dying anyways. Like, there's not really any penalty, and there's no gatekeeping happening on the main maps if you're an officer. Like, the only gatekeeping that happens is for fresh character with the sealed dungeons, right? So, yeah. I definitely think they went too far with the PvP flag. But again, that being said, if next season the new maps don't have a flag system, then fair enough. Alright, fair games. You have a flag system on the starter map. I think that's okay. But I guess we'll see, right? It's just that right now PvP is in a less than stellar situation. Also, rifting is, like, very, you know, the fact that the PvP healing penalty isn't applied on rifting is also a pretty clear indication that they don't really give a shit about rifting. Depends if they put PvE progression behind rifting as well. I mean, I would assume that if they don't put a flag, they're not going to do stuff like sealed dungeons again. I think that's a given, right? Now they might put in other stuff, but I guess we'll see. How does it work, by the way? You get high rank just by killing a lot of people, or you also do... yeah, you get ranking points from doing Abyss adjacent activities. So killing people and farming monsters in the Abyss. And if you die, you lose a little bit of ranking point, but it's honestly an irrelevant amount that you lose. It's basically nothing. Today, day and age, spies are more common, so it's fair PP need a common ground. Need the below to show up? Yeah. Dimensional evasion? Yeah. People can get Officer General by just spamming and playing a lot. Okay, so Officer is very easy to reach. Like, I don't really do much PvP because I'm very, you know, I don't like how PvP is right now, and my class is not doing well in PvP right now, so I don't really do PvP, and I am currently 4-star Officer with 10 million ranking points, right? Even though I barely do PvP. Now, ranks General and above are a bit hard to reach because they are very limited, and people actually try to go for them. Because in the Abyss shop, you can get medals, but you need to be a certain rank to get those medals. Silver medals is rank 9, gold medals is Officer, and platinum medals is General. So people actually try to go for General to buy the platinum medals. So if you want to be a General, you have to be very, very, very active in PvP. And it's to the point where, at least on Taiwan, people pay pilots to play the game for them 24/7. So they go for the General rank. How's Cleric? It's complicated. What can you get with those medals? PvP gear. Fucking accurate. Not the C question, yeah. Like, the thing is, I feel like I'm yapping about Cleric like all day, right? And I'm afraid that people are gonna be fucking sick of it. Like, people are gonna stop watching the stream, and like everyone's gonna be like, man, I stopped watching this fucking Madsen guy. Literally every time I go into his stream, he's bitching about the state of Cleric, and it's like, you are slandering me, but you're right. It's a genuine question? Yeah, I know. Okay. I'm gonna go over the problems with Cleric one more time, alright? So, the problem with Cleric in the entire game right now, both PvE and PvP, alright? In PvE, Cleric is fundamentally the lowest DPS class in the game, and it also doesn't provide much buffs to the group, right? But the trade-off is that Cleric provides more healing to the group, right? So it's supposed to be a confidence stability class, right? It's the healer. The problem is that in PvE, when you take damage from a boss, one of two things happen. Either you get one shot, in which case the only thing that can save you is more mitigation, which Chanter and Templar are the ones that provide mitigation, not Cleric. Or you don't get one shot, and then the healing of a class like Chanter, as well as potions and life leeching from basically every class, because every class is able to life leech with their basic attack, is able to sustain them, right? Which means that Cleric sacrifices utility as well as DPS to get healing that is virtually useless in PvE, right? So that's the PvE side, right? On the PvP side, in solo PvP, Cleric does Z DPS, alright? It doesn't matter even if you spec for DPS, right? You don't do damage in PvP. If you encounter a player that with a little bit of gear, you do double or triple digit damage to them, right? Now, that in itself, you could look at that and you could be like, that's okay. It's kind of similar to Cleric in the early days of Aion 1. You could just play the Battle of Attrition, right? You can just damage your opponent in 1v1 and you just outlive them because you have more sustain, more tankiness, right? The problem is that, as I said, every class in the game has life leech on their basic attack, and the amount you life leech is purely percent HP based, right? Which means that every time you attack, regardless of how much fucking damage you do, you drain a portion of your health in HP. So let's say you're fighting a Templar as a Cleric in a 1v1, and yes, I know I'm looping without reading chat, but I have to go through this, alright? Bear with me. So let's say you fight a Templar as a Cleric, you're gonna attack the Templar, you're gonna do like 150 point of damage per attack, right? But then the Templar is gonna attack you once, he's gonna slash his fucking sword once at you, and he's gonna drain 3000 HP every time he slashes swords, right? Which means that you're gonna be maybe able to do 1000 damage to a Templar per second, but then the Templar is gonna drain 8000 HP back, right? Which means that in 99% of matchups in 1v1 as a Cleric, you will never be able to kill your target. You won't even be able to damage them, because any amount of damage you do to them, they life leech back immediately. So that's 1v1 as a Cleric, right? And in group PvP, Cleric is actually somewhat valuable, because Cleric provides nice defensive buffs, the healing is actually somewhat useful in group PvP, but the problem is that the game has no group PvP. The only group PvP is Battlefields, and Battlefields you queue 3 times a week, and it takes 5 minutes a week to be done, and then you can't queue again. So you basically have 20 minutes of group PvP per week, and then that's it. And even in that, arguably, classes like Assassin and Gladiators are more useful in Battlegrounds because they sway the battle way more than you do as a Cleric. You help as a Cleric, you cannot carry as a Cleric. Whereas a class like Assassin and Gladiator can. Unless you group up in the Abyss map. Even grouping up, right? The thing is, with Abyss open world roaming, is that the map is small and there's no consequence for dying. But when you kill someone, if you're in a group, you separate the amount of ranking points you get from that person. But then you're capped on the amount of ranking points you can get from an individual every hour. So ideally, if you roam, you just want to destroy targets and share the ranking points with as little people as possible to maximize rankings, right? Which means that roaming as a group with a Cleric in the Abyss is inefficient, because what you want is not sustain. You just want to fucking blow shit up. Right? Now, yes, there is some utility to group PvP in Cleric in the Abyss, but functionally, that's not even really content. So yeah, there you have it. This is the short version as to why Cleric is not doing too hot right now. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Please subscribe to my channel. Doesn't sound too good, fix when. For real, for real. So TLDR as a support channel is in a way better spot because there's slightly more damage. Actually, does DPS increase the party? Yes, precisely. Chanter, the difference with Chanter and Cleric is that Chanter sacrifices a bit of healing to do more damage and provide more for the group, right? Which, as you may have guessed, inherently makes it better. And in PvP, in 1v1, Chanter is not the best class right now because there are way more, you know, intimidating classes than Chanter, but at least Chanter has the ability to stun targets, which Cleric doesn't, and it has the ability to actually do some damage with Dark Rush. So a Chanter that runs accuracy and damage boost can actually, like, you know, blow shit up a little bit, whereas Cleric just can't. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, by the way. PvP is like purely CC centric because, as you may have guessed, if you don't just CC lock a target, they just life leech back to full 24/7, right? Cleric is the only class in the game with no CCs. You essentially, Cleric just takes it in the ass, and your only weapon is to soak damage, except that if you soak damage, you heal the target. You have a root, yeah, but the root doesn't work in PvP. Just to see what they do with the new maps and all the teaser changes, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, bottom line is, that's what's going on right now. I hope that answered all of your questions. I hope you're even still in fucking chat. Yo, let me check. Yeah, they are. Okay, okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. I didn't nuke for nothing. We're good. We're good. Your issue with Cleric more PvP focused, or I think it's the same in PvE. The problem with Cleric in PvE is that Cleric is not worthless in PvE, right? It's just fundamentally inefficient, right? Because the healing, because the way you end up playing Cleric in PvE, sorry, is that you only spec damage skills and skills that buff the group, but then you're the class that does the worst DPS in the game, even when you account for the amount of damage you give the rest of the group. Like, mathematically, if you have a decent SM, it's better to take it over a Cleric. Because Cleric just doesn't give anything. As long as your group isn't completely fucking stupid. Like, you basically... like, ideally right now, in terms of the comp you run something along the line of Templar, Glad, Chanter, and SM. That's probably the best class combination right now. I was going to main Cleric, but now I'm contemplating about it. I mean, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. That's how Cleric is right now, and that's how balance in the game is right now overall, right? If what you're looking at is for what you want to play on Global, ignore everything I said and come back to me a month before Global release. And maybe I'm going to have something entirely different to tell you. Because balance and systems and everything keeps getting changed, right? So who fucking knows? But at least if you ask me right this instant what's going on, that is what is going on. Even next week, maybe the new 8-man raid that we're getting next week is actually going to require Cleric. Who fucking knows? I can only comment based on what's going on right now. $53k healer HP seems insane. I mean, you have assassins with fucking 80,000. The thing is, Cleric's passives and skills and everything is fundamentally inferior to everything else from every other class. That's the fun part. Even your weapons base stats, you see these stats right here? This is the worst, at the absolute worst spread of base stats of any weapons in the game. I just don't really understand why they are treating Cleric this way, but that's just how it is right now. In late game dungeon, can people sustain themselves with lifesteal, making Cleric heals useless? Yes. Even in the latest dungeon that just released, which is Attendance for Chromede, right? The currently highest tier of dungeon, you don't need Cleric. Like, Chanter and Life Leech is enough. Best comp now is Templar, Glad, Chanter, and 1 DPS, yeah. Let's also see what they're gonna do about party size, yeah. Like, increasing the party size is gonna help, right? But, you know. Cleric bad, yes. I should put that in like all caps lock in the middle of the screen. Also, Zoe rings a bell. You played on Aion Classic, didn't you? I think you did. That name rings a bell. Someone ship it to Namian? Yeah. Are there other healers? The other support, like, healing class is Chanter. And as I said, Chanter is better in every way, because Chanter is basically what Cleric wish it was. Play with Timbo, Welders, and Envy? Yeah. I remember now, I remember. And me! Yeah. Is our Timbo, the gang, going to play Aion 2 when it comes on Global? I mean, I'm assuming you guys will, right? Yo, do you guys need a guy? I don't have plans pre-made wide. You know, like, just let me know, please. I'll do anything. I'm pretty fucked because, like, most of the people I play with is like, it's like NA people, Southeast Asian people, like so on and so forth. Like, I'm a big fucked pre-made wise on Global. I don't really have any plans. And most of the people I'm going to be playing with are going to be playing casually, so. From the other side of the world, yeah. And you know, the attempt I did in Aion 1 of joining a German pre-made did not go over well. So, yeah. I'll have fixed plans. Either gonna try hard, me and Zoai. Alright. I mean, I'm assuming you're gonna play Gladiator and Zoai's gonna play Cleric, right? I'm probably gonna be playing Templar, so... You know. It's a match made in heaven. But I'm confused who's gonna play here. Don't join a German pre-made, don't try to play with Levo. I mean, okay. The first German pre-made I joined, like, they were actually chill. And I kind of miss them, actually. Like, I wonder how they're doing. I haven't really spoken with them at all since I quit on Classic. Because I just kind of... Dude, EU Classic, I was so fucking done with how fucking insane the people were. Is that just one day I up and left. I just DM'd everyone I played with and I was like, I'm done with this game. Goodbye. And I just never spoke to them again. So, yeah, I wonder how they're doing now. How we tried to play with on Classic. Okay, so the first pre-made that I had, that I actually liked, I was playing with, what was the name? I think they were called Shikyu and William. But the problem that we ended up having is that we could never have a fully fixed pre-made. So we always ended up having either a shit comp or shitty pugs, right? And because each of us had potential opening to join like already established pre-mates, but that didn't have enough slots for all of us, at some point we just kind of dissolved and just went our own way, right? And I ended up joining Cloud Cult, right? I joined Cloud Cult because I thought they were fucking chill, right? And, you know, for the most part, I did like most of the people in Cloud Cult, but... I don't know if I want to go into details as to what happened, but, you know. Bottom line, what ended up happening is I was trying to be really nice and, as, you know, participate as much as I could, right? Even though they kept speaking German, even in my presence, right? So there was a lot of like lost in translation stuff, but you know, it was fine. I didn't mind, right? But what ended up happening is someone from the pre-made decided one day, even though, you know, even though they were pretty open about the fact that they liked me, one day they were like, you know what, I don't fucking like you anymore. And they stirred up some fucking drama. They were like, well, if he's gonna stay in the group, then I'm gonna leave the pre-made. And it stirred this whole fucking drama. They started speaking, like, in the middle of the fucking dredge, right? Like, out of fucking nowhere. Because they stopped talking to me, and they were being really passive-aggressive with me, and, like, in the middle of dredge, I was like, okay, let's address this right now. Like, is there anything wrong? Like, did I do anything? Like, can we address this? And they just dropped the bomb of, like, I just don't fucking like you anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's cool, I guess. And so I just told them, you know what? You guys don't have to break your fucking pre-made for me. I'm the stranger in this group. I'm getting a bit tired of the way people behave in this game. I'm just gonna leave, alright? You guys do your thing, alright? And that's kind of what prompted me to just fucking drop the game after that. Because I was like, you know what? I was as nice as I could be with these people. I did my best. I joined them because I thought they were actually not completely terminally online. And it didn't work out. So I was like, why fucking bother? I'm just gonna do something else. Was the Dread run going well? Yeah, it was. Actually, it was. Like, I don't know, man. Dude, I don't know. I was even fucking shot calling for them in Dredge, right? Like, I don't know, man. This is a problem when you play with people who talk another language between them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know exactly what the fuck happened. Like, it was fucking weird, dude. Like, the person who got upset with me was like, oh my god, you're Mr. Perfect. We can say anything to you. I was like, what? So yeah, I just up and left. I'm not gonna say exactly what group it was. I'm not gonna say who it was. I don't really give a shit anymore. But that is essentially what just prompted me to just leave the game, like right there and then. Can't wait for the Facebook post, dude. Aion EU 5.x Facebook was the most unhinged shit, and sometimes I miss it. Waking up every other day to seeing a random German dude's penis on the timeline, and it just kept happening, you know? Or French, that also happened. Yeah, Classic died pretty fast, yeah. I mean, mostly because of Gameforge incompetence. Like, most people just got tired with the fact that you could not even fucking get mana stones for your gear. And that was entirely Gameforge's fault, so. Happened to me with the Chinese people I was playing with, yeah. That's one insane way to act. I just don't know, man. I'm fairly confident you played better than anyone in that guild. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, that's not why I joined them, right? I just wanted to have a good pre-made with people that were not completely mentally insane, right? Because if you played on EU Classic, you know exactly why I'm saying this. I missed the story, can you retell it? Just fucking rewind the stream. Alright, let me go back on the Cleric explanation. So the reason why Cleric is dog shit, right? Yeah, I'm kidding. But like, if you played on EU Classic, you know exactly why. You know exactly why I was just looking for chill people, man. Like, yo, Akiran, can I just tell you? I'm gonna tell you one fun fact, alright? I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm not gonna go into detail. So you know how I kept making PvP videos for fun on EU Classic, right? You will notice one thing, it's that I was very selective with the people I fought in my videos, and most of them were randoms. And the people who weren't were explicitly people that I knew, and I asked for the permission to put them into the videos, right? Because I know how people were, right? And I have recordings, still to this day, on my PC, where I randomly encountered people in 1v1 arenas, like quote-unquote high-profile players with really big egos, right? And I 5-0'd them. And I have the recordings. And I never posted them, because I just didn't want to deal with it. Some people have seen the recordings, but they're going to stay in the Disney vault, because I just don't want to deal with it. Iron was too small, so much drama even in NA, yeah. I mean, the thing with Aion EU, especially towards the back end, I mean, this joke is not going to make sense if you're not friends, but like, Aion EU is basically just like the stereotypical north side of the France. Everyone knows each other, everyone has fucked each other, and everyone is fucking inbred. That's basically like, it's basically like a small inbred village. That's Aion EU, right? That's just how it is. I hate how accurate it is. I mean, yeah. That is not something I wanted to hear clicking on this stream. I just got back, bro. It's true, dude. Like, look, man. The thing with EU Aion is that it got so insane that I saw shit that I did not want to see. Did you play Aion 1 for a long time? I played Aion 1 from release, on and off, until 2023. That's when I quit. In every stream we go from my own video, at least 5-10 people for over 10 years. Yeah. Like, dude, half of the people talking in chat right now, I've known them forever. But like, I don't know, man. At least there's a bunch of like Gladiator and Templar teammates and people that I met over the last decade on Aion 1 whose dick I've seen on a call-out post on the Facebook EU group. I didn't want to see it. That's just how EU Aion is. That's just how unhinged this community is. The Eagle Iron 1 drama was insane. Dude. And you don't know the fucking last of it, Akiran. The French side was probably the most unhinged. Unironically. So you missed out on some fucking juice. Like, do you know about the KFC bucket story? I probably should not be talking about this. Yeah, no, this is probably not a good idea. You know what? Forget about it. I fucking know it, yeah. Yeah. You can tell me whenever we are playing Aion 2 together, yeah. I scroll on character first, I'm in. Oh, there you go. There you go, Raiden. Yeah, there's some like deep fucking ingrained lore in Aion 1. The PvP did not stop at the login screen, right? Like it went above and beyond. I can't wait to flame people again in Aion Discord, yeah. Some stuff are better buried in the past, yeah, probably. Look at that, man. I'm literally talking about Aion 1 penises and there's 50 people on stream. You guys are not slick. You guys are not slick. I'll say that. I don't really want to play with too many people on Aion 1. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, again, like, there's a very specific crowd of people that I'm fine with playing with from Aion 1, because I've never had... They seem to be, you know, well-adjusted individual, which I know is a very... It might be a very, like... insane thing for the guy that is role-playing as a dragon on the internet to be saying. But... if you played Aion 1, again, you know exactly which individuals I'm talking about. It's a handful of people? Yes, it really is. And it's funny how it pertains to very specific classes, by the way. Again, not getting into specifics, but, you know. A decent amount of it when being... yeah. I mean, it's even like some people are just like completely unhinged without even like leaning into that. Start with G and ends with R. Wait. Yeah. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, Gladiator players in Aion 1, right? Since the cat's out of the bag, were the most fucking unhinged. Like, all of them had daddy issues. All of them had a problem with the member of the opposite sex. And all of them were completely mentally insane. I was a Templar heart in my heart. Yeah. Can I see your HUD edit to equalize? Sure. There you go. I'll let you take a snapshot. I mean, you're on YouTube, you can just rewind. I think I recall some of the aerial speaker than the actual weapon of the game, yeah. Yeah, they definitely had a problem with their spear. The extendable kind. What kind of classes do they have on Aion that we can expect for Aion 2? The thing is, they've said pretty explicitly. Also, do you guys like this rifting gameplay of me not finding anyone? That's pretty cool, right? But yeah, they said pretty explicitly that they don't want to bring classes from Aion 1 into Aion 2. That being said, maybe we have information. Maybe I'm not going to talk about it on stream. Just probably look forward to leaks and data mines and stuff like that in the coming week or so. I don't want the NCSoft Ninja to come after me. Alright? Just join the Discord, say less. Alright? That would be cool. I mean, a support class would be cool, yeah. But it's probably gonna be a DPS. Nah, don't blue ball us. Yeah, no. I'm your newest viewer who comes from Indonesia. Hello. Bastard tease, yeah. I mean, hey, I don't, you know, at the end of the day, it's just surface level information from people looking at stuff they probably shouldn't, right? And I don't want to spread misinformation on the internet, but we have indications, yes. The only, you know, indication I will give you about that information is you can probably figure it out. Based on, you know, stuff going on. Can you please type it in Discord? It's up to the person who found out to do that. I'm not the one who found out. It's up to him. Please don't be EtherTech. Nah. I gave a hint earlier. Yeah, he did. Yukiri is the one that found it, by the way. Say less. I mean, hey, maybe NCSoft posted a trailer recently. Yeah. That gives you indications. Who knows? I guess this guy hasn't been here when I wasn't recently. That's like every other word that comes out of my mouth. Yeah. For real, for real. Anyways, next topic. So yeah, I am looking forward to the new maps. I am looking forward to the new casts. I am looking forward to the party size increase. I genuinely think Season 4 could culminate to be something truly special for this game. But I have concerns about some of the existing systems, and I am a bit concerned about how stubborn they seem to be with the entry systems on dungeons and life leech. Like, is that patch next week? No. Next week is going to be the new Sanctuary, so the new 8-man raid, as well as, you know, some QLs and stuff like that. So we're going to be progging the new Sanctuary next week. I was hoping that they would remove the stupid entry system, but based on what they say during the Taiwan meeting today, I think it's going to remain the same, unfortunately, so... Unfortunately, that means that we're not going to go into the new Sanctuary on the first day. We're going to wait for people to, you know, figure out some mechanics before we go in to not waste time. So, likely on Wednesday, we're going to go through the Sanctuary 1 and 2. And thank you for the follow, Eva. We're going to go through the Sanctuary 1 and 2 on Wednesday, and then we'll wait until Saturday to run Sanctuary 3. Now, the problem is, Final Fantasy XIV is releasing an Ultimate the week after that. And we have Final Fantasy XIV players in our group, which means that on the second week of Prague, we're gonna be missing people, and I don't know what we're gonna do about that. I'm a bit concerned about that, but I guess that's something we'll figure out in given time. Imagine getting to play Sanctuary. Yeah. Is anyone in chat, like, has anyone in chat tried the Aion Classic Plus, by the way, that just released? It's only Korea, so it's a bit hard to access, so I don't expect anyone to have, but I'm curious about it. Oh yeah, you're still playing WoW, huh? How's the state of WoW, by the way? Because, like, I have some friends playing WoW, but they are all bitching about it. They're saying it's like Because the new expansion is called Midnight, right? And they keep calling it like it's more mid than night. I don't know if that's true, but you know. They drag out the content like mad. Makes sense. That's just the modern MMO way of doing things. Mythic Plus is not bad. Okay. I mean, that's good then. That's the main content, right? So. Pretty good dungeon pool this season. Gearing is easy. Okay. Raid is absolute hard. I hate raids with I see. Yeah, I never played WoW. Like, I had a spark of interest in WoW at some point, for a reason that you may guess why, but it's just the add-on stuff that kind of turned me away from it. Like, the thing is, if I want to play a PvE MMO with 50 million add-ons, I'm just gonna go play Final Fantasy 11. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a bit of a hard sell for me. I'm sure it's good, right? But yeah, it's a bit hard to get into. The main class I'm actually doing Aion just made a hop. It's a bit sad. I see. I mean, it's kind of the same as Final Fantasy, right? Running in WoW is just too large scale. 20 people, no thanks, I'm out. Yeah, like most of the people I've talked about in terms of like how the raid difficulties differ between MMOs, like they pretty much universally, what I've been told is that the main difficulty in WoW's raid isn't the raid itself. It's managing 20 morons. I don't know how true that is, but it certainly makes sense. They fucked the best add-ons they had, weak auras, and now you have less add-ons that work really well. You're doing well to not be playing WoW. Alright. I mean, I just play a weird pool of MMOs, man. Yo, speaking of, question for the people in chat. If I occasionally played Final Fantasy 11 on stream, on like occasions that are typically off days for Aion 2, would anyone here be watching? Literally anyone. Be honest. Maybe to see how it looks. Alright, so you're gonna be watching 5 minutes and you'll be gone. Got it. You're live, I'm going to click the button. Fair enough. Just because it's you, not the game. Alright, alright. I see. Because like the thing with Final Fantasy 11 is that... Let me thank some of your savage. I said 11, not 14. Alright? I would not be playing 14. I would be playing 11 specifically. Because the thing is, I've had the itch to play 11, right? I do want to progress on my primes a bit. And do some side content, some Limbus progress, right? But the thing with Final Fantasy 11 is that it costs fucking $25 to play a month. So, you know, if I can at least stream it a bit to recoup some of the sub cost. I would have preferred an arena stream, but I'd watch. It has PvP? No. 11 is like... Oof. 11 is a PvE game. It's a very PvE forward game. It's like, it's very special. 25, yeah. Do not play their games. Yeah, it's $25 because... So it's $10 for the base sub, right? But then you have to pay additional to get extra inventory space for the equipment storage, right? And you also need to pay extra... In my case, I dual box, right? So I'm paying for 2 accounts. So basically I'm paying like 12 times 2. So yeah. Well, this rift was... You know what? This rift existed. At least I killed a couple of people, you know? We take what we can take, alright? Just tell me if it's a punchy guy. Alright. Anyways, fellas, it is midnight, so I'm gonna be off for now. I don't know if it's real, but I saw that someone asked today about the sub price. Oh, did they? Yeah, let me know about that. But anyways, I'm gonna be done for now, so thanks for watching. Thanks for the follows, the subs, the resubs, even though... Okay, well, there was one resub, right? That counts for something. And yeah, just make sure to follow the channel on both Twitch and YouTube if you haven't already. Make sure to jump on my Discord to be made aware of my whereabouts, as well as interesting data mine data. And thanks for the follows, OI. Very cool. And yeah, so Monday is typically my off day, so don't expect anything tomorrow. If I don't fucking pass away from the heat wave, I might release a video tomorrow. I will see. I have something planned, but I have to get around to it. And man, working with this fucking temperature is demoralizing. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. And at the absolute worst, I will catch you guys on Tuesday before the maintenance to look at the patch notes and discuss the dev live together. So yeah, GG's.